Edmonton Sports Talk. My God, I loved it. My name's Jay Milne. #Luke. Our sports update deliverer. The Coon.
I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up today.
You know what, Reid? You might be on to. All right, here's what's going on in the nest.
Jay, who's your favorite Islander between 1993 and 2008? I'll get back to you on that one. Who's your favorite Islander of all time?
Who was the goalie?
The guy who discovered Baffin Island?
Who was the goalie that's just took him for a
Billy Smith.
boatload? No.
Oh.
Rick DiPietro.
Rick DiPietro.
Oh, DiPietro. I
He's
thought you
my
were going to say
favorite
that
Islander.
took him for the big slashes.
No, he's my
He's still
favorite
getting
Islander.
paid.
Aren't they still? Don't they have DiPietro Day in
him,
New
and,
York
him and Bobby Bonilla.
on the island?
Different teams.
It's not really an island.
Yes, it is an island. It's Long Island is an island. Manhattan Island is an island.
Is it really that long?
separated by a small canal.
There's a river. The East River separates Manhattan
Is
from
it
Long
really
Island.
an island?
Yes. Have you ever looked at Long Island?
bet
Long
you
Island sticks
under
out
the
into
water
ocean.
that attaches to the mainland.
Well, under the water, we're all attached to everything.
No, not really.
Well, yes, it's just how deep you go
Not
down
the
into the
mainland.
ocean.
You really?
Okay,
you really wanna,
underwater, all the land in the world is technically connected.
Sure, by a massive mountain range. We're all just living on a mountain range.
Sure.
Some of it's flatter at the top than other spots.
Right. But anyway, in terms of there being water, Long Island is an island.
You know how I know that? Because I own an atlas.
You do own an atlas.
It's a beautiful atlas.
That's what it tells you, that we're all living on a mountain range?
Shows you elevations, Reid.
Okay.
It's fantastic.
Right. But it also would show you Long Island is indeed an island. It's not a misnomer.
It's up for debate.
It's not up for debate.
I love this. I love getting you rattled and maybe not rattled, but I love getting you excited.
Well, I think geography and maps should be respected.
I wonder what Stephen Hawking thinks of it.
We should have a party for Islanders.
Tomorrow.
For time traveling
Or yesterday.
Islanders. Yes. Oh, my goodness. It is the Oilers against the current edition of the New York Islanders tonight at Rogers Place. Here's how we expect the Oilers to be deployed by head coach Kris Knoblauch. Connor McDavid centering Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Zach Hyman. McDavid has a 20-game point streak. He's accumulated 46 points over the course of that streak. Draisaitl between Podkolzin and Kapanen. Roslovic between Howard and Savoy. Curtis Lazar back in the lineup. Mangiapane comes out. Janmark and Frederick on his wings. Quickly, what do you think of Lazar being back in?
I'll just say this.
Reid Wilkins, whoa, whoa.
There it is.
Exciting.
Ekholm with Bouchard, Nurse with Emerson, Wallman with Stastny. Connor Ingram will be the goaltender. In his career against the Islanders, 1-2 with a 3.65 goals against average and an .878 save percentage. The Islanders are going to go with Sorokin, 3-3-2 against the Oilers in his career, 2.35 goals against average, .932 save percentage, 1 shutout. Their top line is Barzal between Lee and Duclair. No, Horvat is still banged up, so he is not playing. Islanders coached by Patrick Waugh. Remember him? They are 25-16-5, actually having a decent year. The Oilers are 23-16-8, 3-0-2 in their last 5 games. 7 o'clock puck drop at Rogers Place. We will have the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show at 6, hosted by our good buddy Tom Gazzola. Then he'll be on after the game with the postgame show. I will join him for that for Reid's Read. How you doing this afternoon, everybody? We have a lot to get to. We're going to have Luke Gazdic on the show at about 3:40. We'll have some comments from Knoblock, from McDavid, from Nugent-Hopkins. We will have a bit of a focus today on Nugent-Hopkins and the amazing milestone he has coming up on Sunday. That'll be career game number 1,000 when the Oilers take on the St. Louis Blues at 6 o'clock on Sunday. He did an extended scrum today. Now, here's the thing. I guess I don't know for sure if they're going to practice tomorrow. but in Vancouver on Saturday, and then there wouldn't be a morning skate on Sunday with the travel and the back-to-back, so probably this was the good chance for my media colleagues to really sink their teeth into him, so to speak. And speaking of media sinking their teeth into people, or perhaps getting teeth sunken into them, Jason Milne has something very special prepared for us along those lines for buying or selling for Damon Bunting a little bit later on. You're really agitated about this.
Darn tootin'. Yeah. We'll get into it then. But it's an interesting discussion, Reid, that I want to have all the nasties input as in terms of media player, media coach, media interview subject relations and professionalism. And where does that draw the line? When's it okay for that to come down? When's that curtain to be drawn? You know what I mean? All that stuff, because there's two different perspectives that we're going to analyze and look at, okay?
Sure.
It'd be fun.
Sure. Probably more than two.
Interesting little development out of Seattle.
Oh, what's happened?
Sam Darnold listed on the injury report as questionable.
Oh,
Saturday.
wow. That's pretty major. Drew Lock, here we go. Does it say what happened to him?
Says that there is an oblique. Sam Darnold, oblique, is listed as questionable for Saturday's divisional round. Now, he did follow up with an interview that says he expects to be ready to play, says there is close to 0% chance he won't play, but do you know what part of the body your oblique is in?
Your core?
Some would say oblique.
Right.
Yes, it is part of your core. Do you know what is an important muscle to have for a quarterback?
Oblique.
A functioning and healthy oblique.
You got to throw.
You need to be able to twist. You need to be able to deliver the ball. And your core is a major part of that. That is interesting. I did not see any issues with Sam Darnold. I guess they...
Well, they didn't play last week.
The last time you or I would have seen him was in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And he looked fine there. Mind you, they did run the ball a lot, Reid.
Yeah. Now, a lot of times with these injury reports in the NFL, too, there are a lot of players on it.
Sure.
And then the closer to the game, there are fewer players on it, or they go from questionable to probable or doubtful to probable. But yeah, he's a good quarterback. It would be a drop off to go to Drew Lock for sure. But hey,
I think he'll play.
I think he'll probably play.
But that is something that's another storyline to this game, because that is that's a important piece of your body.
Well, whether it's fair or not, he's seen as the weak link on the Seahawks,
which I think is unfair right now. But if he chokes, then it's fair.
Right.
At that point.
Yeah, sure.
Because up to this point, last year was in Minnesota. Didn't finish the job there. They had a great season. This year in Seattle, great season. Now this is a big game for Sam Darnold and his not short term. I mean, he's been in the league for a while.
Right.
And
he's only really been like a strong starter for the last couple of years.
Correct.
No, but that's big. Thanks for telling me, buddy.
No problem, Reid.
You can get in touch by texting 780-218-9999. That is the afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino. River Cree is hosting a watch party for the Super Bowl on February 8th. Doors at 3:30, kickoff at 4:30. Tickets are $35, which includes an all-you-can-eat buffet. There's also a VIP option. You'll want to go to rivercreeresort.com to find out even more about that. So that's pretty cool. You can email reid@edmontonsportstalk.com, jay@edmontonsportstalk.com. If you're listening to the show, you're probably either on iHeartRadio or TuneIn Radio. Thank you for using those apps. Spread the word about how people can consume Edmonton Sports Talk. I make it sound like we're edible. Consume Edmonton Sports Talk. Maybe you're on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is Edmonton Sports Talk. Please subscribe to it if you have not done so already. Now, yes, there are advantages to us to having a lot of subscribers. There are advantages to you to being a subscriber, because when you go into YouTube, the first videos that are suggested to you are from the channels to which you subscribe.
Correct.
So
Much easier to navigate.
I subscribe to Edmonton Sports Talk. I subscribe to some other channels related to my hobbies and interests. You know, crochet, croquet, Walter Cronkite.
I was wondering what's next.
So, you know, those videos are all like, oh, here's the top list. Oh,
Cricket.
Yeah. Walter Cronkite doing crochet while watching croquet at a cricket match.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
Hit the veins. Yes.
Pretty amazing. So anyway, subscribe and for fun, to help us, and again, to help build the show and to build the algorithm and get it suggested to even more people. If you are on YouTube, click the thumbs up button.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
So we try to get to at least 100 thumbs every show. You guys have been doing a great job getting us there. Just remember, don't multi-click it because then you're canceling out your clicks.
Correct.
Click it once and then click share and send the show link. Not click share as in SHARE, not CHER. We should have played If I Could Turn Back Time yesterday when we were talking about the time traveling. See, everything fits together on the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne. Everything comes together.
Is that one of Cher's biggest hits?
I think that's
Turn
her
Back
big.
Time?
I think If I Could Turn Back Time, I think is her biggest hit. I think
Is that it?
Well, I for me, my person.
What about Believe?
No, that's pretty big. That's probably bigger. But I think
the love after love.
I think If I Could Turn Back Time is my favorite Cher song solo. Now,
What about Sonny and Cher? I
yes,
got you,
I
babe.
got you, babe. But I was getting to that. That's bigger.
Do you think I got
You, babe? I think would be a bigger song than anything she did solo.
Really?
Doesn't everybody know why? Doesn't everybody know I Got You, Babe?
No. Coob wouldn't.
I do.
I bet you
Yeah.
if you
Well,
heard
okay.
it. Yeah.
Maybe Coob
My mom
does-
loves Cher. though,
Okay,
so,
but
to
you're
be
also
fair.
interested in music. I would say
Yeah.
the majority of your friends that you ate lasagna with on New Year's Eve probably wouldn't know.
I bet you
That'd be
they've
fair,
heard it. They might not know it's Sonny and Cher. I bet you they've
but
heard
I
it
think they
and know it's a
they'd
classic.
know Believe.
Yeah, I mean, they probably know the song, but
Believe
I don't
is
know if they
over 20
know
years old.
Cher, though.
Yeah, Cher's no spring chicken, Reed.
No, she isn't.
She's more like a fall Thanksgiving chicken.
Anyway, that's a great song.
Petter's Pancakes agrees with you, Reed.
Well, for
I got
once
you,
somebody
babe.
does.
There you go.
Oilers and Islanders coming up at 7 o'clock at Rogers Place. I'll be there. All right, let's get your afternoon headlines here, presented by 100.3 The Bear, Edmonton's best rock. Stream them on iHeart today. This is Chet Palmer with your sports report. The locals host St. Patty and the Floaters tonight. Coach Nobby is taking Andy Maggi out and putting Lucky Laser back in. Hey, Jason Milne, is that a laser pointer in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? Captain Connie wants to take his streak to 21. He's hotter than a bachelor pad during Mardi Gras. Hey, Sorokin, you better notify your next of kin. The G-Men are hiring John Harbaugh as their coach. He was with the Ravens for 18 years. It's also been 18 years since my brother-in-law hit the win 3 at the track. I'm Chet Palmer.
Oh, there's two things that
That is
Chet
a long
loves
drought.
like none other. It's asking what's in Jason Milne's pocket.
He's very
and
curious.
Taking, I will say it, cheap shots at his brother-in-law. What if the brother-in-law has turned it around and because you guys don't, or because Chet and him don't talk, he wouldn't know? What if he's changed his life, Chet or Reed, in your opinion?
I don't think he has. I think they're still in touch, and Chet has to sort of tolerate his vices.
He's hotter than a bachelor pad during Mardi Gras.
Yes, apparently that'd be a pretty.
Is that
hot
a big place to go for bachelor?
Sure, why not?
Bachelor pad.
What did I put?
You
Did I
said
say bachelor pad?
Yeah.
Or sorry, did Chet say?
No. I thought it was bachelor party. Hey, Sorokin, you better notify your next of kin. It's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I saw what he's, because Sorokin.
Yeah,
Next of
yeah.
kin.
McDavid's gonna
Yeah.
take him out behind the shed.
Oh, Yeller.
He's gonna give him the old yeller. That's right.
Do you remember watching Old Yeller?
Okay,
Vividly?
I don't so much remember watching it, but I know I watched it.
Yes.
And then a buddy of mine, I worked at Blockbuster. Sometimes he would just randomly say, "He's my dog, Mom. I'll shoot him." When you think, was that the exact line? Which, when you think about it, that's one of the darkest lines in cinema.
That's
Was that the actual line?
I'll find out.
I think that was the actual line. Because didn't Old Yeller get rabies because he wrestled a skunk or something like that?
Well, was he saving?
You had to put him down, sadly enough. Coob, a lot of people wishing you well in the nasty chat, buddy.
Spoken by Travis to his mother. There's no hope for him now, Travis. He's suffering. You know what we've got to do. That's his mom, I think. And then followed by Travis's resigned, "Yes, Mama, but he was my dog. I'll do it."
Oh, he says, "I'll do it." Okay.
As he prepares to shoot Old Yeller after the dog contracts rabies.
Wasn't this a children's movie?
But supposedly.
That's one way to teach a lesson about loss and pets, I guess.
Holy.
Yeah. Pretty intense.
Yeah, grow up on a funny farm. You'll deal with a lot of that.
On a funny farm?
Yeah. You gotta make tough decisions sometimes.
Why does it have to be a funny farm?
Because it's full of animals that you love.
Oh, okay. Is that what a funny farm is?
Well, funny farms.
I thought a funny farm was like, oh, we're sending Jay to the funny farm.
No. That's the cuckoo barn. The funny farm is full of goats and ducks and chickens and donkeys and ponies and horses and dogs and cats. They can all coexist.
Big Uke in the nasty chat putting in, whoa, spoiler alert. Like, I just imagined someone rushing into their house, getting us on, and they just rented that VHS of Old Yeller, and they're like, what a perfect day. I'm going to listen to Reid and Jay, make dinner and watch Old Yeller, and then I'll watch the last 2 periods of the Oilers game.
Can't wait for this 1957 classic.
Is that when it came out?
I think so.
Yeah. Who played the dog?
That's a great question.
Well, they usually put the name of the dog in the credits.
I wonder if his offspring are still getting, royalties.
They probably are.
Probably.
So Bob Miller, who did LA Kings play-by-play for a long time, great guy.
We had him on his farewell tour, didn't we?
We might have, yeah. And he voiced some hockey play-by-play for Cheers for Eddie Levesque that would get played in the background.
Wow.
And every once in a while, he'd still get like this check would show up because the episode played somewhere.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, that's incredible. All right, let's dive into the off-topic topic for William Huff. Since 1952, William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service, combined with decades of industry expertise and a desire to make every job the very best can be, is what they call the William Huff Advantage. Visit their website at williamhuff.com or give them a shout, 780-454-4536.
Well, this came out yesterday, and I thought there's got to be a way we can use this on our show, specifically for the off-topic topic for William Huff. But as everybody's probably seen by now, and if you haven't, Coop, throw this image up. This is from the Olympic ice arena where the Olympic hockey will be played in Cortina, Italy. And this is the picture they put out to show that, hey, we have an arena here, everybody. Don't freak out. The games will be played here. But the only thing that people noticed, in my opinion, at least according to social media, would be the size of what would be known as a jumbotron. Now, I've seen many people say this is not a jumbotron, this is simply a Tron. I don't even know if it's a Tron. I mean, this is a glorified television setup. Mike, the Michigan fan, has sent in pictures of his setup in his basement. I bet you Mike, the Michigan's fan, TV setup for Sunday NFL viewing is better than this. So, safe to say, this is an underwhelming Tron.
A smallotron.
It's a smallotron. That's it. So that kicked off the off-topic topic today. What's an underwhelming experience that you've had in your life? Somewhere where, like, for instance, I'll kick it off, okay? Okay. My wife and I went to Ireland for our honeymoon. And everybody's saying, okay, go to Belfast. No, this would be in Dublin. Go to Dublin. You got to do the Guinness tour. You just gotta do the Guinness tour. It is the coolest thing you'll ever see. Meh. It was rather underwhelming for all of the hoopla and excitement around it. I will say there is a cool part at the top. When you get to the top, it's shaped like a pint glass. When you get to the top is a 360-degree view of all of Dublin.
You didn't like that?
That was cool.
Okay.
But the rest of it just seemed like I was walking through a Guinness commercial. It was so commercialized. Have Guinness. And they gave you one drink.
You pour your own pint?
Nope.
Oh, you didn't get to do it yourself?
No.
Oh.
And like you'd think you'd see like it was very commercialized.
Right.
Like the history
So you didn't
was
learn anything about Guinness.
You learned a bit.
Okay.
But they were more like, here, buy this. It was
and they had their shop and stuff like that at the end of it. Like
it's too much. But for I think that's the only thing Dublin has is that damn the beer tower.
Yeah, probably.
But that was underwhelming for me. Anyway, so that's the idea.
So I think the thing we should clarify here is something that you had high hopes for, or that you were told or thought was going to be really cool. Not something that you were like, well, I thought that would suck and it sucked. You know,
right.
Or not like, well, one day I went to school and it was boring. No, like,
well, I had another one.
Yeah.
We went to Cabo San Lucas. Beautiful place, but you can't use the ocean. Like you go to an exotic place. No. You go to an exotic place to go into the ocean because as an Edmontonian, you don't get to experience that. You cannot use the ocean on that side of the Cabo or the California, whatever the peninsula is.
Like they don't allow you in?
It's dangerous. You can get sucked into the ocean. So you go down there and you're pretty much, you have to go into your hotel pool. So that was underwhelming for me because I had expectations of snorkeling and I could have looked into it better. Sure. Hand up.
Yeah.
My bad.
But still, that you couldn't even go in the water anywhere there.
You can't go in it.
Yeah. It's like there might as well be sharks there.
Might as well be. Hey, you might as well
maybe
be
that's
no
how
ocean there.
maybe that's how they're deflecting from the shark attacks. Why can't we go in the water? Oh, you might get polluted. It's not good. You can't go. Sucked out.
There might as well not be an ocean at all.
Yeah, just suck it out. Yeah.
Because all you hear is the damn waves crashing out all night while you're trying to sleep.
Oh.
And then you can't even use them. You can't even get the ocean back.
Now, here's Les encapsulating the spirit of the show in the nasty chat with his reply. X-ray glasses ordered from a Casper the Friendly Ghost comic book were disappointingly unable to help me see through clothing. Yes.
That's the spirit.
Now, here's a good one. Pizza Boy. Most underwhelming for me is going to Gordon Ramsay's steakhouse in Vegas. The steak was insanely expensive and nothing special. It wasn't even the best steak of the weekend. That's a good one. You go to a restaurant, Gordon Ramsay's got his name on it. He yells at people when their food sucks, and his food ain't that great. So stuff like that where you're like, this is going to be cool. Wow, I can't believe I'm doing this. And it's like, wow, I can't believe I did that.
The Zach. In the River Cree Resort Casino inbox, 7802189999. Big Ben did not look near as big as the pictures make it. It was more of a little Ben. I agree with that, Zach. I saw Big Ben. It's not that big. It's not.
As clocks go, though.
I mean, when you look at European vacation and you're going around that traffic circle, and there's Big Ben. There's Big Ben. It's, yeah.
Now I want to see how curmudgeonly people will get. Leaning Tower of Pisa didn't really lean that much.
Well,
I never felt like it was close to falling over.
I did Google the most underwhelming tourist destinations, and Leaning Tower of Pisa is high up there.
I mean, it's just a leaning tower. How exciting can it be?
Well, it's just a landmark. The coolest thing for me for going to
pictures like you're holding it up.
The neat thing for me for going to London was seeing, the sights of London. Were they that impressive? Because you've seen them your whole life. Like you've seen Buckingham Palace, but to be standing at the gates of Buckingham Palace, that's cool.
Like, I've been lucky enough to go to New York a couple of times. Manhattan's pretty cool. Like, I didn't need to go up the Empire State Building, but it was cool to see where it was. Like, oh, okay, there's it is. Or like Rockefeller Center. Like when I was there the second time, the tree and the skating rink were going because it was November for the marathon.
Yeah.
But like I had pasta in Little Italy in Manhattan, I probably could have made better pass than myself. It was a tourist. It's a tourist trap.
Could have just went to Pasta
or maybe just or just had pasta at a less busy Italian place somewhere else in Manhattan that probably would have been better.
My buddy Sickler texts in. He says, off-topic went on a canoe trip. Was underwhelming.
Were you on it?
You remember the canoe trip?
Oh, that's so where you guys hit the log or whatever?
We almost died.
Yeah.
He wasn't in the canoe, so maybe for him it was underwhelming.
All right, so
getting some good ones coming in. McBrown Mark says marriage. I figured that one was going to be coming.
Oh, my goodness. No.
I'm sorry you feel that way, McBrown Mark.
Another one locally, when I went to Vancouver with a few friends, a couple of them were very high on going to Granville Island. Kind of sucked.
Oh,
not that cool. Yeah. There's one spot. I mean, there's a farmer's market they got there.
They got Granville Island Brewing.
Yeah, it was too.
I'm not sure what you were expecting, though, Coop.
I mean, I don't know. Is it really an island underneath the island? I mean, no, I'm kidding. But it just placed underneath the bridge. I don't know. They sold magnets and stuff that said Vancouver, Canada.
I was wondering if this one was going to come in. This comes in from Max Bezzozu. I thought the Hollywood Walk of Fame would be littered by movie stars when I was a kid. The streets were just littered by litter.
Yeah, it's just their handprints.
Do you know you can pay to get on that, apparently?
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I just got a email here, and the subject line is your off-topic topic.
Nice.
It's from Brooks K, and it just says live golf.
Oh, Brooks. Couldn't be.
Okay, let's do our first clue on the Hudson's Canada's Pub Mystery Athlete of the Game. You're trying to win a $25 gift card to Hudson's Canada's Pub featuring $10 tankards and $6 tequila shots. You can also get the $23.99 adult Happy Meal featuring the drive-in burger, choice of beer, and a limited edition hockey puck bottle opener. Book your reservation now at hudsonscanadaspub.com. Now, for those of you new, or just as a recap, you must text your guesses to the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox, 780-218-9999. For these ones, don't email them. Don't put them in the nasty chat. We only accept ones texted in, and you get 3 guesses per person. And it's very easy for Jay to monitor that. So don't think, I'll just send in 17. Jay will never know. He'll know. Okay? He clicks on your phone number, and it shows every text you've sent.
Try me.
So, and you're trying to win a $25 gift card, Hudson's Canada's Pub. So a series of clues over the course of the show. First person to get it. First clue is sharks. First clue is sharks. That's it.
Tell you who's not underwhelming is the San Jose Sharks.
That's very true, Jay. All right. I want to take a little more in-depth look at McDavid's point streak in comparison to other point streaks that he's had in terms of overall team contribution by his teammates during that time. Luke Gazdic is going to join us at about 3:40. Here's the coup.
Ingram starts for the Oilers as they host the Islanders. Andrew Mangiapane steps out of the lineup. Curtis Lazar draws back in for 7 o'clock puck drop. Tom Gazzola and Ben Thompson get you set for the matchup during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Tune in at 6 right here on EST. 9 other games in the NHL tonight. The Jets and Wild matchup. Calgary visits Chicago. Mitch Marner and the Knights challenge the Leafs as Montreal faces Buffalo. And news for both the Seahawks and 49ers. Seattle's Sam Darnold is questionable for this weekend's game against San Francisco with an oblique injury. And on the other side, Fred Warner will stay on the injured reserve for the Niners and is a no-go this week. From Ottawa, the Red Blacks have inked 32-year-old Geno Lewis to an extension. He was set to become a free agent after next season and is now locked up through 2027. And on a heavy NBA schedule, OKC visits Houston. Utah plays Dallas as the Knicks and Warriors throw down. This sports update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring. Paramount Flooring wants to give you more. Get free premium underlay included with any in-stock carpet purchase. Are you ready to treat your feet? Catch them in-store or online at paramountflooring.ca. More with Reid and Jay on the other side of the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date
Two guys and a goalie.
In less than 5 years, Matt Schaefer will be the best D-man in the league.
Ooh, less than 5?
Yeah.
I got to fire it.
Fire it.
Yeah, he's, I think Makar will still be up there. And
Yeah.
he'll be close, though.
He'll definitely be in like the
In the
top
conversation.
tier, but to dethrone the likes of
Yeah.
Makar, it's
Two guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
We have what you're looking for. GD Liquidators is Edmonton's one-stop shop for new and used warehouse, office, and industrial items since 1987. You'll find what you want when you want it. Give us a call, visit us in store, or check out the monthly auctions at gdliquidators.com. 100% Canadian owned and operated. We have what you are looking for. GD Liquidators.
UFC 324 is live Saturday, January 24th at the Canadian Brewhouse. With TVs at every turn, ice-cold drinks, and non-stop action, you won't miss a second of the fight. UFC 324, live at the Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house.
GCL Diesel has been serving oil country since 1972. From diesel cars to SUVs to pickups. From farm tractors to school buses to a big rig. From diesel generators to forklifts, GCL can test, troubleshoot, and repair all diesel fuel system components. Whether it's injectors, pumps, turbos, filters, or additive, GCL has the parts you need to keep your diesel running the way it should. For genuine diesel parts at wholesale prices, visit GCL Diesel in the West End or online at gcldiesel.com. GCL Diesel. Diesel understood.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
Sentinel Storage presents Team Canada Ice Dancers, Piper Gillis and Paul Poirier on Support from Home.
We're celebrating all the people at home, the people that have supported us. We know our community is going to be cheering for us, and we know the country is going to be cheering for us.
Thank you, Canada. Sentinel Storage, official storage partner of Team Canada.
Welcome back to the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne. It's Oilers game day today. The off-topic topic, however, for William Huff was what was an underwhelming experience that you've had in your life. Baggio agrees with you, Coob. Coob is so right about Granville Island. Now, I will say the only time I went to Granville Island was for a wedding, so it was a happy time. So I enjoyed it, but you found it underwhelming as well. Hey, Coob?
Well, it was okay, but it wasn't really what it was hyped up to be. Like, there was some cool spots that you could look at the water and things like that. There was people, it was busy. There was a lot of people there, which kind of set me aside, but the market was okay. Well, I mean,
you like to be on your own. Okay. Ian says, how about spending hundreds of dollars to see the best players in the world at Rogers and the team losing to the worst teams in the league consistently, he says.
That's a hot take.
Wow. That's an aggressive one. Collingwood Rob, 2018, went on a grand European river cruise during Europe's worst drought in 100 years. We couldn't sail into Budapest.
Oh, geez.
As you could see the bottom of the Danube River.
Oh, wow.
They bussed us in, and to make up for that, they took us for a free lunch at an Irish... They took us for a free lunch at an Irish-themed pub that served us bad Italian food in Hungary.
So they go to an Irish pub that served Italian food in Hungary.
Yes.
Wow, that's quite the theme. Portions of this hour, by the way, are presented by our friends at Little Buckaroo Design. Since 2015, Little Buckaroo Design in New Sarepta has been saying, heck yeah, we can do that. From heat press and embroidery to rhinestones, sublimation, DTF, signs, and custom decals.
Decals?
What did I just say?
You said decals.
I made up yet another word.
Sounds like a decal matter.
Sounds like a plane-dwelling mammal.
Decal.
Custom decals.
Decals.
Michelle and her team can make it happen. Stop by the showroom at 5063 Center Ave in New Sarepta. Call 780-984-2872 or check out their website at lilbuckaroodesign.ca. Little Buckaroo Design, we love having them on board. I'm not wearing it today, obviously, because I got the shirt on, the dress shirt on for the Oilers game. They made the Chet Palmer shirt for us. What else? The Reid Wilkins Show shirt with the Joker. And did they make the Sons of AM Nasty shirts?
Yeah.
So we've got some cool stuff from them. They're a great partner for the show.
Seahawk Paul says, most underwhelming for me was going to the Edmonton Sports Talk studios to pick up some Burger Bash tickets that my daughter had won. Had to walk up a flight of stairs that felt like 80 stairs. But who did we see once at the top? Reid Wilkins. He was very pleasant.
Oh, good. Well, I hope I was not underwhelming.
You saved the experience.
I do feel, though, when people want to see your workplace when you work in talk radio, it's like, okay, well, there's my desk, and then there's where I go sit behind a microphone. Like most people are usually like, oh, it's I thought it'd be bigger. Like, no, it's really not.
I think for those
nasties
people that had been at the old place that get to come over,
well, this is way
Cash
way
was
better
in here
yeah.
today. He picked up his nasty package, and he said, whoa, this is quite an upgrade, which it is.
The Oilers have won 12 of their last 13 home games against the New York Islanders.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Ingram in goal tonight. Lazar back in. Mangiapane out. So McDavid has a 20-game point streak. There have been 5 other Oilers players to hit double digits in points over that same span. Draisaitl has 36. Bush has 24. Hyman has 23. Nugent-Hopkins is at 19, and Podkolzin is at 10.
Wow.
So you might think, well, that's not a lot. Like, they're not very deep, which we know. So I looked at his other 2 long point streaks of 17 games each.
Okay, so this 21, Reid, just to backtrack.
He's trying to get to 21 tonight.
Right, but there's how many players that have...
5 have hit double digits besides his. So the other 2 were 17, so not quite as long, but in the ballpark. So from late November to late December of 2022, he had a 17-game point streak with 37 points. Draisaitl had 26. Nugent-Hopkins had 24. Hyman had 21. And Barry had 16.
Tyson Barry.
So still got 4 players.
Friend of the show.
Yeah, he was on the show. And then from mid-October to the 3rd week of November in 2021, McDavid had a 17-game streak. How about this? McDavid had 32 points in those 17 games. Draisaitl had 35.
Whoa!
Though it was not a streak. Nuge 19, Hyman 14, Nurse 11, Bouchard 10, Jesse Puljujärvi 14.
14?
Right. Wow. So there was more support scoring on that team, the team from 3 years ago during that stretch, not really much more. But I just wanted to look up, because I think the guys, and I think maybe Brian Swain has been sending them the stat of other players during the point streak. So I was like, oh, I wonder what it's been like during other point streaks.
Well, and the record helps too.
Right.
The record is pretty darn good during these streaks for the Oilers.
Yeah, for sure. So anyway, it'd be good to see Podkolzin producing, because he really doesn't get power play time, so half a point per game. Pretty good for him. Tyson Barry on a pass list, and good old Jesse Puljujärvi on a pass list as well during a McDavid point streak. Fun stuff.
That's good. I like that.
We're going to hear from Coach Knobloch, and we'll talk about Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Well, you'll hear from Nuge. We're going to talk about Nuge with Luke coming up, and you'll hear some comments from Nuge. So tonight, $9.98, $9.99 Saturday in Vancouver. Of course, he's from the Vancouver area. And then 1,000, game number 1,000 for Nugent-Hopkins on Sunday night at 6 against the St. Louis Blues. So really cool. He is reaching that milestone. Should I give the second clue now, or do you want to wait?
Yeah, give it now.
Might as well give it now. Second clue, Hudson's Canada's Pub Mystery Athlete of the Game. Second clue is Seahawks. So the first clue was Sharks. The second clue is Seahawks. Trying to win a $25 gift card to Hudson's Canada's Pub. We, of course, are in the Canadian Brewhouse studio, UFC 324, live Saturday, January 24th at the Canadian Brewhouse. TVs everywhere, ice-cold drinks, and nonstop action. The Canadian Brewhouse, our house, is your house. And our Coupe is your Coupe.
Connor Ingram gets a nod for the Oilers as Curtis Lazar draws back into the lineup against the Islanders. Andrew Mangiapane gets the healthy scratch, with Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson teeing things up during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Coverage gets going at 6 o'clock right here on EST. Meanwhile, Mitch Marner faces Toronto for the very first time as the Golden Knights battle the Leafs in Sin City and around the league. Zdeno Chara's number 33 will be retired as Seattle rolls into Boston. NFL news: Seattle's Sam Darnold is questionable for Saturday's game against San Francisco with an oblique injury. On the other side of the field, Fred Warner is a no-go with an ankle injury and will remain on the injured reserve. For Ottawa, the Red Blacks have locked up Geno Lewis through 2027. He had 6 touchdowns and over 1,000 yards last year and was set to become a free agent at the end of next season. To the hoops, it's the Bucks and Spurs hitting the deck. The Thunder and Rockets tipping off while Detroit and Phoenix go at it on a 9-game NBA schedule. Luke Gazdic checks in on the other side of the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The Oil Stream.
He's in front of the net with a Nashville Predator. The shot comes, he gets out of the way of it, and then leaves the man wide open to bang in the rebound. Like, imagine going to the net in the National Hockey League, and the only price you have to pay is Bouchard standing a foot and a half away from you. I get it, it's not in your DNA, but you got to engage a little
The
bit.
Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Running your own small business takes courage, and as it grows, so does your team. That's why Alberta Blue Cross offers health, dental, life, disability, and wellness benefits designed for small businesses. Because we know a healthy team means a thriving business. Join over 5,000 Alberta businesses who have chosen us to help their business grow and succeed. Alberta Blue Cross takes care of you and your employees, so you can take care of your business. Visit ab.bluecross.ca to find a plan that's right for you.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
Looking for flooring? Paramount Flooring has it all. Sales, service, and expert installation. With options for every style and budget. Open 7 days a week. We've got you covered. Quick delivery and in-stock deals. Plus, EST listeners get 10% off. Visit ParamountFlooring.ca today.
Oilers hosting the Islanders tonight at Rogers Place. 7 o'clock game, 6 o'clock right here on Edmonton Sports Talk for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show hosted by the immaculate Tom Gazzola. Then the Oilers are on the road, Vancouver on Saturday, and then an 8-game homestand, an 8-gamer. See how they can do. And, of course, big game for Ryan Nugent-Hopkins coming up on Sunday. We are going to go to the Oil Country Towing video hotline. Oil Country Towing, Edmonton's most trusted 24/7 roadside rescue team, fast, safe, and reliable for over 15 years. Whether it's game day or a snowstorm, we work as hard as your favorite team to get you going. Call 780-986-6088 for all your towing needs. A weekly guest here on Edmonton Sports Talk, former Edmonton Oiler, now with Sportsnet, Luke Gazdic checking in. Luke, how are you doing, my friend?
Good, gentlemen. What's happening?
Well, we're just hanging out. Some of the snow has melted and or been cleared away, though it's remarkably windy.
Hammered here.
Is it?
Oh my gosh. We don't get a ton in the city, but yeah, we got ravaged today. It's snow day all over the city. It hasn't stopped all day. I love it personally, but I don't have to work tonight or anything. So
do you shovel?
Oh yeah, I was out there already today.
Good,
but
man.
then it just keeps coming down. It's coming down faster than I can keep it up. So I'm gonna give it the night.
Probably give it the night at this point. Okay,
we got a lot of hockey on tonight, so it's good. I'm gonna cozy up, get some dinner, and watch some hockey.
I want to get your perspective or a story or a fond memory, wherever you want to go, about the Nuge. He did an extended media scrum today, because probably with the schedule, really the last chance for him to answer sort of preview questions about game number 1,000. He's a special player, I think, for a lot of Oilers fans. You were his teammate for a while.
He's the best. I've told you guys this before. Sat beside him in the dressing room for 3 years. Sat beside each other on the plane for the entire time I was there. Soft-spoken, as you know, Reid, in and around media and around, pretty much the public eye in general, but extremely dry and truly one of the funniest guys I've ever met. Competitive side, like I think a lot of people don't see. We spent a lot of time playing cards. He didn't lose that often, but we spent a lot of time playing cards on that plane. Playing cribbage was our big game, and Ryan was always across from me. He's just like the ultimate guy you want on your team. Like, I guess Knoblock came out last year and said that, like, he's my coach's favorite player, and a couple of the guys were giving him the gears about that a bit, but he really is, man. You can put him anywhere in the lineup. He sets a quiet example for the rest of the group, like a guy that I didn't have to be told twice to do something by. He never even had to tell me. He just set the example of what was going to happen, whether it was game day, whether it was in game. I was always watching someone like him. Just to see, his course of action for anything. Truly just the best. I really don't like stuff in my stall. So like anything, like even if a water bottle is like, the crack of the stall, like even if it's like halfway on the crack, like if I show up and there's something in there. So I didn't have this. Like I came from I played 4 years in the minors, and they stuck me beside Nuge. And then so I started doing that right away. I walked in. I was like, this tape, none of this, it cannot be here. This better be back when I'm gone. And he realized that it really did bother me and that I wasn't just joking. So it was a 3-year battle of taping up stalls and sweaters and hoodies and, drinks, whatever it was, battling for space beside each other. But there wasn't a guy I'd rather personally go to war with than, not actual war, sorry guys, but go to battle with for 60 minutes than Nuge. He was the guy, I will tell you too. We used to play a lot of credit card game on the road, which credit card roulette, you go to a steakhouse, and these bills were like things I'd never seen before. Like I said, I had played 4 full years in the minors. We were going to Quiznos and Subway for dinner on the road most nights, and Rye was always the guy, if I lost, you would just see his hand would slide across the table, and very subtly he would take it from me and onto his credit card. So I took care of him on the ice, and he usually took care of me off it.
I want to ask you one more about Nugent-Hopkins, because plenty of stories for the game tonight. He was drafted as, at 18, first overall, played right away, didn't go back to junior. I guess he was in the minors during the lockout, but that wasn't because of his performance. Yeah,
it was the most dominant line in AHL history. Yeah. We played them 3 times in the first 5 games with him and Halsey and Eberle down in Oklahoma City. They legitimately had like 10 points a line. Right. It was disgusting. It was absurd. It was against the rules. So
but like part of Nuge's story is he joined the Oilers when they sucked, and it took them longer than it was supposed to get better. And he got, even though he's a very good player, like he got thrust into like, hey, you're 18, you're our best center, and go run the power play off the half wall and do all this stuff, kid. And it's you and Hall, and then, now we got Nail too, so let's go. And it took a while to get going. Did that ever weigh on him? Or is he not that type of personality to show that? Like, how did he deal with that pressure and the delayed payoff, I guess, for the team being bad for so long?
Yeah, that's a great question. Honestly, not really. Just think about how many coaches, first of all, that he's had over the years. Like, I only played there 3 years. I had 4 coaches. He's in double digits for sure. Just the coaches and teammates alone. But it got bad a couple times. Like, I think I've told you guys this before, but when Justin Schultz was towards the end of his tenure as an Oiler, he was getting booed every time he touched the puck. And this came up in Toronto a couple weeks ago because they were doing the same thing to someone. And it's a rarity to see. And to be a part of it, it's horrible. it is a horrible, horrible feeling. Like, even for me, like, not the guy getting booed, to be on your home ice where you're supposed to feel safe and you're supposed to feel comfortable in front of your own fans, to have those same people be booing you every time you touch the puck. And those two were roommates for their entire time there. That was probably the most, like, I think, right around that time when we were going through coaches, losing 14 in a row or whatever it was, like, it was moments like that where you saw him maybe sag a little bit, but no, the guy never whines. The guy never complains. He shows up with the same attitude every day, ready to get better, ready to make the team better. And I know he's a huge, huge part of that whole organization.
Luke Gazdic joining us on the Oil Country Towing Video Hotline. All right, some interesting stuff here going on with the Oilers. First of all, we got a McDavid streak. We got to talk about it. He can get it to 21 tonight. The numbers are insane. What's he at? 46 points in 20 games. Like,
it's insane. It's insane. Yeah, I mean, I think it's the best stretch. I really do. I think that's been thrown around where it's like, this is the best we've ever seen him. This is probably the best hockey we've seen, at least that I think I've ever seen him play. I think for me, it's the confidence. I've gone over the speed a couple times. Like, since the league started tracking player skating speeds, he skated the fastest a human being has ever skated on ice this year. Like nobody else. Like, there is nobody else that is faster than him. And it's the confidence at full speed. Like, you can see as soon as he gets over the blue line, he just knows. He knows what's coming. It's like every time he touches the puck, whether you're in the building, fans are up on their seat, whether you're watching on TV, you're like, something special is going to happen. You can't turn away when you're watching these games, because in the split second, he could change the game in an instant and do something that you never thought was possible on an ice surface. So it's certainly fun to watch. And I really just, I don't know. He just turned 29. Like, it's incredible that he's been in the league for 11 years and that I was with him when he was 18 years old. But it's certainly, for me, I think the best we've seen him and the most confidence he's displayed in a long time.
Okay, so I'll ask you to speculate a little bit, because most players, and even the great players, hey Leon, you just had 4 goals and 3 assists. Well, I'm just happy we won, and our goalie made some good saves. Hey Nuge, you just had 6 assists, and my line mates were cashing in. They always spread the. But do you think deep down, or maybe not even deep down, like Connor wants to take this to 30, 40, is this? Of course, he wants to win, and the more points he gets, the more. Do you think he's fully aware of the streak and where it ranks and all this?
I'm sure he does. You know why? Because there's guys on every team that will make him aware of that. Like, there's someone in there that's a numbers guy that is like, hey, did you know, this is your whatever game? And did you know you've had this in a row and this and that? So I bet you someone's reminding him. I never thought the records meant too much to him past the heart stuff. Like, that was when earlier in the year when I think, we did a thing on TV where it was like, would you take McDavid or the field or whatever, McKinnon or the field, when McKinnon was 20 points ahead. I'm like, I'm taking Connor all day. I think he sees that stuff, and it's more the competition against the rest of the league that I think he really takes pride in. He wants to be number 1 in scoring. I could probably tell you that.
All right, Jay's going to do the football question in a minute here, but I'm hogging the hockey questions.
All good.
Ingram may get sent down this weekend. They can safely do that. Knoblock said today, and we'll play the clip for people between 4 and 4:20, that they don't have a plan for the goaltenders. Plus, he's under no obligation to announce that, even if they do. Yeah. Can they keep rolling with 3 goalies? Belzy was on with us a couple of days ago, and this NHL ain't fair. It wouldn't be fair to Connor Ingram to send him back down. How do you look at this? What might happen with the goaltenders?
That's the thing, is it's not rational and it's not fair. It really isn't. And I think he's played well enough to stay up here. But what do they do? This is going to be interesting. I think they don't have to do anything. Like Knob said, they can sit around and hope they stay healthy and carry 3. Buffalo did it for months this year already. You don't want to do it, but hey, we were begging for saves, weren't we, here a couple months ago? We were begging for somebody to make a save, and now you got a couple of them that are making saves. I just think it gets interesting with guys like Connor, where he's played well enough to stay, and with Pick, where it's he's an extremely well-liked teammate. And I know maybe fans don't want to hear that, and to hear people fall back on that. And you just don't know what kind of shockwave that's going to send throughout a locker room if you send a really, really well-liked player that might not even clear waivers, to be honest. I don't know. Maybe I'm giving him more credit, but I don't know if either of those guys will. People always need goalies that are making saves, especially at this time. The Ottawa Senators, I covered them last night. They won, but they are begging for saves. They just signed a 36-year-old James Reimer that hasn't played in the league in how many years? And bagging on Levi Marilainen at 22 years old to do the rest of the heavy lifting. So there's teams everywhere that need him. I just wouldn't be surprised if one of them didn't clear waivers. So that's always the risk you're willing to take.
Sportsnet's Luke Gazdic joining us here, courtesy the Oil Country Towing Video Hotline. Luke, I see the jersey behind you. That would be of Buffalo Bills star quarterback Josh Allen. I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you about this game, as I know you root for the Broncos. They're going into...
I don't root for the Broncos.
Root for the Bills.
Against the Broncos.
That's what he meant. This week you root against the Broncos. Sorry, let's clarify that. They're going into Empower Field at Mile High this Saturday. It's the early game. Luke, the Buffalo Bills win in Denver if...
Josh Allen plays like he did in Jacksonville. I think it's like it all revolves around Josh for me. The altitude is an absolute game changer. I think, listen, like I obviously wasn't in as good shape as some of the top guys, but when you go to Denver and you try to skate around for a couple minutes and you realize you're at Mile High, and I think that is just it's a condition to the game that is something that most teams don't have to deal with on a daily or weekly basis. So that's always going to be interesting. But this is JA-17, and this is a guy that carried like 6 guys on his back to get an extra 6 yards. I don't know. I don't know if I'm short-sighted on Denver, but I think this is headed straight to the conference championship and the New England Patriots, to be honest.
Well, was that the thought, Luke, heading in for Buffalo Bills fans was the big bad Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens and the Bengals? Nobody's here. This is the year.
That. I know everyone's saying that, but it's like all these matchups are tough. Like I feel like it's almost like the NHL where like everybody's good and this is what I love about football is every city and every stadium has its unique challenges and unique differences. It's like every NHL race getting to be the same. They're all following the same template, and it just obviously all sponsored by corporations, and they just feel, I don't know, it feels a little different than going into a place like Denver and trying to breathe through a straw for the first quarter and adjusting to that. And I'm looking forward to it for sure.
All right. Are you coming to Edmonton soon? What's going on?
I thought I was going to come this weekend, but I'm filming some stuff for Sportsnet, which is pretty cool. Can tell you guys about it probably in a couple weeks, but filming some fun stuff with them. But it's next weekend. So I'm going to come they're playing the Caps on Saturday. So I'm going to be there for that game. I'm in town next weekend. I would have loved to be there for Nugent's it falls on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Or no. Yeah, Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday against the Blues. Yeah.
Would have loved to be there for him for that, but no, I'm in Montreal this weekend doing part 2, and then out in Edmonton. I'll be at the Caps game. If either of you guys are there around, or anyone listens out there and around, I'll be at the Washington Hockey Night in Canada on Saturday.
Well, I'll be there. Yeah.
All right, man.
Hopefully you'll press box. Grace me with your presence in person.
Yeah,
that'd be incredible.
Yeah, buddy. Let's do it.
All right. Enjoy the game tonight and enjoy the Bills coming up on the weekend too, buddy.
Thank you, fellas. Talk soon.
Sportsnet's Luke Gazdic joining us in the Oil Country Towing Video Hotline. He's ready for the NFL, ready for the Oilers. You can tell he loves the Nuge, eh?
Oh, yes. Yeah, that was deeply.
Yes.
They were, or probably are, still incredible friends. And Nuge was obviously an incredible teammate to him, amongst plenty of other teammates of his.
Yeah, we're going to talk more about Nugent-Hopkins and his place in the hearts of Oilers fans. I was going to say in team history, but that's not exactly.
That doesn't capture
exactly what we're going to do. But we'll get to that a little bit later on. I have, thanks to the magic of Wikipedia, I can tell you that Old Yeller was played by Spike, a dog actor, best known for his performance as the title character in Old Yeller. He lived from 1955 to 1971. Old Yeller came out in 1957.
Good life.
So he got his best role out of the way early.
Yeah. Were there any other roles?
Hang on. Yes.
Oh.
except for all his early roles say uncredited. See, they didn't credit the dog actor. That's not fair. And then as he got later on in his career, he was in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He was in 10 films. His first movie before Old Yeller was called The She Creature, a black and white science fiction horror film.
Fun.
Dr. Carlo Lombardi. Now, this would be a good word of the day because I don't know what this means. An oleaginous carnival hypnotist conducts experiments in hypnotic regression that take his unwitting female subject, Andrea Talbot, to a past life as a prehistoric humanoid form of sea life. He uses the physical manifestation of the prehistoric creature to commit murders. Wow. So,
oleaginous is
Oleaginous.
Okay, that's how I spelt it. It says rich in, covered with, or producing oil, oily or greasy.
So he's a greasy carnival
greasy
hypnotist who, wow, and yes, apparently Spike the dog. That was his first film. Not as well remembered.
What a role to get
as Old Yeller.
Yeah,
amazing stuff.
Famous dog.
780-218-9999 is how you text the afternoon inbox, presented by River Cree Resort and Casino, which is turning 20 this year and celebrating big with over $1 million in prizes. There's going to be 35 winners of $20,000 in casino free plays, 9 brand new cars, 56 winners of $1,000 in cash. It's a 10-month long promotion running until October 26th.
Wow.
That's a lot.
10-month promotion.
RiverCreeResort.com.
Wow.
Okay, Oil Understood coming up. Here's the 4 o'clock break.
The Lock Shop.
Give me your top 3 nugget dipping sauces.
Oh, man. This is a loaded question, Huss. I'll just say I'm going to go Elephant and Castle, Honey Dill, Winnipeg, number 1. Number 2, I'll probably go Blackened Ranch, Popeyes. And then number 3, call me old school, but I grew up on it. My body's probably 2% McDonald's barbecue sauce.
The Lock Shop, weekday mornings at 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
You've always known GCL Diesel as the experts in diesel fuel systems. But did you know that GCL is also your source for turbochargers and turbo repair? As a turbo supplier for Garrett, Borg Warner, and Holset, GCL can provide genuine original equipment turbos at wholesale prices. Whether it's diesel, gas, natural gas, or performance, we can provide you with the turbo or custom repair you require. Turbo questions? We've got turbo answers. Visit us in the West End or online at GCLDiesel.com. GCL Diesel, turbochargers, understood.
Where holiday cheer meets great beer. This season, celebrate at the Canadian Brewhouse. From plated dinners and festive buffets to casual pub-style parties, we've got the perfect space for your crew. Book your holiday party today at thecanadianbrewhouse.com.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. It's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
Ingram starts as the Oilers host the Islanders. Andrew Mangiapane steps out of the lineup with Curtis Lazar drawing back in for 7 o'clock puck drop. Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson get you set for the action during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream Pregame show. Tune in at 6 only on EST. 9 other games in the NHL. The Jets and Wild matchup. Calgary visits Chicago. Mitch Marner and the Knights challenge the Leafs as Montreal faces Buffalo. NFL news. Seattle's Sam Darnold is questionable for Saturday's game against San Francisco with an oblique injury. And on the other side of the field, Fred Warner is a no-go after he made a return to practice this week for the first time since injuring his right ankle October 12th in Tampa Bay. From Ottawa, the Red Blacks have inked 32-year-old Gino Lewis to an extension. He was set to become a free agent at the end of next season. He's now locked up through 2027. And on a heavy NBA schedule, OKC visits Houston. Utah plays Dallas as the Knicks and Warriors tip off. I'm Zachary Kubich. That was your Sports Update. Hour 2 of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
All right, about 3 hours until game time. Oilers against the Islanders tonight at Rogers Place. 7 o'clock puck drop just after 7. Tom Gazzola has the Oil Stream GCL Diesel pregame show at 6 here on EST. The Oilers' best power play in the NHL, 33.8%. Islanders on the PK, pretty good, 10th, 81.4. The Islanders' power play, stinkaroony, last, 15.2%. And what's Coob laughing at?
I thought it was funny. He said stinkaroony instead of bad.
Fair enough. The Oilers PK 12th in the NHL, 80.3%. Always look like looking into the special teams story. The Islanders without Bo Horvat. They have a few guys injured. That's a big one for them. The Oilers, I guess, fairly healthy. Got Jari back. He's not going to play tonight. He will back up Connor Ingram, who for the season is 4-2-1 with a 2.70 goals against average and a 904 save percentage. Kris Knoblauch was asked about the goaltending today. We will get to that comment in a few minutes.
It's Jay, it's play, he's Jay, it's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
And this, of course, is presented by Play Alberta. Make your bets count for you and everyone else with the Play Alberta app with hundreds of player prop bets on the biggest leagues, NFL, CFL, NHL, NBA, Major League Baseball, you name it. You're not just playing for fun, you're supporting your province. Play Alberta revenue helps fund Alberta programs and services.
Reid, I need to admit something.
Uh-oh.
I wish we had sad music that we could play.
I have this. I have the Bionic Man sound effect. Oh, wait, Coop found something.
He did. Jason Milne, a.k.a. Glue Guy, would like to admit something to all of you nasties out there listening, and those that use their game sense and choose to use their game sense with Play Alberta. I, Jason Milne, didn't do much research on today's play of the day. No, I didn't. In fact, I did quite the opposite. I went with my heart. And I'd like to assure you that my heart is beating fine. I could tell you that the Islanders' penalty kill is 10th in the NHL. I could tell you that. But what I'd like to let you know is when they're on the road, the Islanders' penalty kill is 25th in the NHL. The Oilers, on the other hand, have Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, who, for those of you that did, we rode to a marvelous victory on Monday night. Yes, we did. I would like to remind you that the Oilers' power play is first in the NHL, and Connor McDavid looks to be, well, playing at a level that maybe we've never seen. I, Jason Milne, would like to admit that I am making the same Jay's Play of the Day as I did on Monday. Forgive me if you think that is lazy. Forgive me if you think I'm not doing my work. But my job here is to win. And to win for you. Win for all of you. So that's why today's Jay's Play of the Day is Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, one or more power play points boosted to plus 300. Ride with me if you will, but always remember to use your game sense.
I feel like I was being stalked by an alien, actually, listening to that music. I don't know if that was sad. It's like I'm moving down a dark tunnel.
It's very, very creepy.
The creature is nigh on upon me.
Yeah. That creature is the Oilers' power play.
Yeah.
I mean, when that play hit on Monday, it was like, duh. Hello? Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, if they score a power play goal, things are looking positive, folks.
Right.
I just needed to let you know I'm not lazy. I'm just smart sometimes.
It's Jay, it's play, he's Jay, it's today. It's Jay's Play of the Day. It's Jay's Play of the Day. Jay's Play of the Day.
Presented by Play Alberta. Go to playalberta.ca, use the Play Alberta app, and yesterday's Play of the Day is actually going to be up until 6 o'clock on Saturday.
Correct.
Because it's player props for
McCaffrey and JSN.
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Yes, sir. Receiving over 93.5 yards. Christian McCaffrey over 47.5 yards. That, my friends, I feel like I'm like what is it?
You're a bit of a preacher.
A preacher.
You're a bit of a preacher
I'm
today.
preaching to you. Yeah, McCaffrey, 48 or more receiving yards. JSN, 94 or more receiving yards. That's been boosted to plus 205. But let's focus on tonight. I mean, Reid, I have a feeling about this game. I mean, this is a game where you just don't screw around. Just get the job. Like, put this away.
You think they're going to take it to the floaters?
Put this away.
As Chet called them.
Yeah. Put this away in the first period. Come out of the first period up 4-1. 4-0. Just do it. You should.
You got lofty goals.
Well, why not? Reid?
Islanders got a good team.
Why not dream?
Well, yeah, you can dream about it for sure.
I know, but is this a high-scoring team, Reid? The Islanders? I mean, you look at their lineup. You look at the roster. I mean, Horvat's out tonight.
True.
That was a person that was a pain in the butt for the Oilers. Their highest scoring is their rookie, Matthew Schaefer, which it's not to take anything away from him, but that's 30 points. There's a few Oilers with quite a bit more than that.
The Islanders are 22nd in goals for per game at 2.91. The Oilers are third at 3.38.
There you go.
So there you go. You can post in the nasty chat on YouTube. By the way, if you are taking us in on YouTube, click the thumbs up button. We want to get to at least 100. We need 30 to get to 100. And a lot of time left in the show, but do not be a pleasure delayer. If you have not already clicked the thumbs up, please do so. And then click the share button and encourage other people to take in the show. Very windy today in Edmonton. Zachary posting in the nasty chat. Gale force winds has whole city down here in Lloyd. And maybe he means hits the whole city. I remember it could get pretty windy out in Lloyd. I remember one day, I think it must have been in the fall, because I think I was going to Holy Rosary to do a story. So for a while, the shift was, there were two shifts, but one of the shifts was you'd work 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. and you'd do the morning radio run and you'd do a noon hour radio sportscast, and then either the morning or early afternoon, you'd go out and get material for a TV story. So I think the football team or somebody had something coming up on the weekend. So I think we went on like the Tuesday or Wednesday. So we went and shot the story and did the interviews, and then I was going to put it together the next day. So I think we went out after lunch, the camera guy person and I, and it was like incredibly windy. And we parked in the Holy Rosary parking lot across the bus lane for the school. So the bus lane is probably, 3 lanes wide for buses and for parents to drive through and stuff.
Sure.
And it was so windy. There were a couple of moments where we couldn't entirely see the school. Like, so much dirt was being blown around. So we finally reached the point, okay, we got to go. And, we waited till we thought the wind died down a little bit, but it was still quite windy. did the interviews, went back to the station, and I was just dropping off the tape because this was the end of my shift. Like I said, I was working morning, so I was going to be in next morning to do the radio and then put together the story. And I remember walking in, and Greg Buchanan, who we've had on the show, he was a sports director, says to me, "Oh, it must be pretty breezy out there." I was like, well, yeah. He's like, "Were you outside?" I said, "Well, we had to walk across the bus lane." He's like, "You must have been outside longer than that." I was like, "What's going on?" He's like, "You look a little like you got a bit of a layer on you."
Oh,
and
no.
I put my hand on I wiped my forehead with like 2 fingers, and they were black. Oh, so like I was like, "Oh my God, this is gross." So I remember, thinking, well, I should probably just take a shower when I get home, so I'm not sitting, in all this dirt for the rest of the day and sleeping in it. And I remember getting in the shower and stepping under the water and looking down, and I just saw like all this black like float off me, like we'd just been covered in dirt by all this. But that's how strong the wind was. There's my pointless story of the day.
Wow, and at this time of the year, too, or in the fall, it's just kicking up dust and dirt. Well, did it show on the story, like when you were on camera?
You know what? I think it must have been an indoor story now that I think about it. Maybe it was in the spring and it was something else going on. But yeah, it could get super windy out there. Our off-topic topic today, by the way, before we dive back into more Oilers stuff, presented by William Huff. What is an underwhelming experience that you've had in your life? We had some really good ones. Jay's was visiting the Guinness, not factory, distillery, brewery?
Yeah.
Brewery. In Dublin.
In Dublin.
We've had some other people related to holiday stuff. Actually, I have one. So one of the times when I was in Santa Monica visiting Onright, and my parents were with me on this particular trip, and there's this place right on, I think it's Ocean Avenue. So it's the last avenue before it drops down to the beach.
Okay.
And it's called Camera Obscura. And it said it had this like device in there that like if you looked through it, it was some sort of like astronomical type thing. Like even during the day, you could see how something lined up and where the sun was and all this kind of stuff. So first of all, and it was free. So then they were like, "Yeah, we've never been." I'm like, they were like, "You should go." I'm like, "Yeah, I'd probably like that." So first of all, it was free, which as cool as free is, but it kind of was like, wait a minute, why is this free? And then it was locked, and we had to call somebody, and then they just let you in, and you go in this room where there's like this device, and you just got to figure out how to like look through it and what it's doing. And there was this other couple in there, and we were all like, this is it? And I think we kind of lined some things up that the way they're supposed to be, and I was like, that's it, and then we left. So then, Jay and his wife were like, "How was Camera Obscura?" And I was like, it was the biggest waste of time ever. At least it was free.
Thank goodness.
I don't know if anybody's been to Camera Obscura.
I like story time with Reid.
Well, I have occasional stories. Most of them don't really go anywhere, though. Of course, we are coming to you from the Canadian Brewhouse studio. So here are the wing flavors of the month at Canadian Brewhouse. You got Mediterranean Greek versus Southern BBQ wings. Try them anytime or for 69 cents all day, every Wing Wednesday. The Canadian Brewhouse, our house, is your house.
Big barbecue sauce guy? Dusty was talking about it on the morning show.
Yeah, it's fine. Like I can have it, but I don't seek it out.
No, it's not a go-to condiment.
No,
for me. I mean, I'm. If you want to consider ranch a condiment, number one is ranch. That's not up for debate.
Okay.
If you don't, if you say it's not really a condiment, then mayonnaise.
What's the most unusual thing that you would put ranch on? Like if somebody saw you put ranch on it, is there anything that you have in your repertoire that you
I put ranch on pasta.
Really?
Plain pasta.
Oh, really?
If you just need a quick hitter.
Well, I've never done that.
It's lovely.
Do you heat it up?
It's like a poor man's Alfredo.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Huh.
Yeah, you can heat it up. It heats well.
You ever dip some fries in ranch?
All the time.
Yeah.
I'm actually more of a mayo fry guy.
Oh. Saucy.
You're a ketchup guy, aren't you?
With fries, yes, I would do ketchup.
Yeah.
And if I get fish and chips, I like putting the fries in the tartar sauce.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wonder where the name tartar came from.
Isn't that something that's on your teeth, too?
Tartar buildup.
Yeah.
Tartar and plaque.
That's because for people who eat too much fish. All right. It's 4:18. You're going to hear from head coach Kris Knoblauch, and we will dive into your beloved Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Here comes the Coop.
Connor Ingram gets the call for the Oilers as Curtis Lazar draws back in against the Islanders. Andrew Mangiapane will be the healthy scratch as Ike Howard moves up to the third line. Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson tee up the game during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Coverage for that starts at 6 o'clock only on EST. Meanwhile, Mitch Marner faces Toronto for the first time as the Golden Knights battle the Leafs in Sin City. Vegas activating Aiden Hill. He's been out since October 20th with a lower body injury. The other way, Carter Hart and Brandon Saad have been moved to injured reserve. And around the league, Zdeno Chara's number 33 will be retired when Seattle rolls into Boston. And in the NFL, it's Fred Warner being ruled out this week for the Niners against the Seahawks. They go at it on Saturday. And for Seattle, Sam Darnold is questionable with an oblique injury. From Ottawa, the Red Blacks have locked up Geno Lewis through 2027. He had 6 touchdowns and over 1,000 yards last season. To the hoops, the Bucks and Spurs hit the deck. The Thunder and Rockets tip off while Detroit and Phoenix go at it on a 9-game NBA slate. This Sports Update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc. Locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and surrounding areas since 93. They have doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff today at Windsor Plywood Leduc. Reid and Jay get into Ryan Nugent-Hopkins on the other side of the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
Bruce Boudreau is our GS Construction Hockey Analyst today. You coach some insanely talented players yourself, but Connor McDavid has just got to this other level right now that it's unfathomable.
Listen, I've been right up front, like within 10 feet of him, skating by me, and I think my hair blew in the wind when he went by me. So, I mean...
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric. Weekday mornings, 6 to 9. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
When you cater with Royal Pizza, you're getting the same great pizzas, pastas, and salads you love, just bigger and built for a crowd. Perfect for teams, offices, or parties, Royal Pizza's catering brings real value around $10 per person. Delicious, high quality, and easy. If you like their pastas, you'll love their catering pastas even more. Visit royalpizza.ca or contact your local store for exact pricing and details.
So come on home, Royal Pizza, still making it great.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed and visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
Thanks a lot for joining us this afternoon. Oilers, Islanders, tonight. And we have the oil understood for GCL Diesel. Providers of the best diesel engine components around, from turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors. They are the critical engine component experts, proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years, and now a partner of Edmonton Sports Talk and the Reid Wilkins Show, GCL Diesel. Diesel! Understood. All right. The lineup, in case you missed it earlier, McDavid between Nugent-Hopkins and Hyman, Draisaitl centering Podkolzin and Kapanen, Roslovic with Howard and Savoy, Janmark on the left side, Lazar down the middle, Frederick on the right. So Mangiapane comes out, Lazar comes back in. You know, the Oilers have a pretty good record with Lazar in the lineup. I don't know if anybody's told you that. Ekholm with Bouchard, Durst with Emerson, Wallman with Stastny, Connor Ingram will be your goaltender. The Islanders have Barzal with Lee and Duclair, Ritchie with Druin and Heineman, Joey Jojo Jr. Shabanoff with Peugeot and Holmstrom. That's not actually his name. Weren't we doing that earlier in the season? Because there was a Joey Jojo Jr. Shabadoo on The Simpsons.
Shabadoo!
And this guy's name is Shabanoff. Cizikas with McLean and Gatcomb. Schaefer with Pulak. Pellick with D'Angelo. Pellick? Pulak. Boquist with Mayfield and Sorokin, the goaltender. Sorokin for the year, 14-11-2, 2.57 goals against average, 9-11 save percentage. They are coached by Patrick Waugh, and of course, the Oilers are coached by Kris Knoblauch. You look like something's on your mind, Jay.
No, I just can't stop thinking about the production that Kasperi Kapanen has put forth. I mean, 5 points in 5 games.
Yep.
Looks like things are going well on that second line. That was a player, Reid. Did you expect... Okay, let me ask you this. Did you expect Kasperi Kapanen to come in and be the person that could bump somebody down from the second line to the third line and help round out the third line?
No, not really. Because to me, he's been such an inconsistent player.
Right.
But since he's come back from injury, he's been quite consistent.
Quite consistent.
Getting points, helping with the sort of the action provided by that second line. So he's been good.
Now, I know you want to get to what Coach Knobloch had to say about the goaltending situation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I threw up a little poll earlier today. You can follow me on X at Jason Milne to check it out and vote for yourself. But I said starting Sunday, the Oilers start an 8-game homestand.
Right.
Tristan Jarry should play blank games over that period. Here are the options.
Okay.
4 or 5, 6 or 7, or all 8.
Jeez.
What do you think is leading the way, Reid?
Well, I just voted and now I see it. But it's what I voted. I voted 4 or 5.
Okay, so then by voting 4 or 5, let me just tell you what you just did.
Oh, right.
Let me tell you what you've put into the universe. By voting 4 or 5, that means Calvin Pickard is no longer on this team. That's what you've done. Because if you say Tristan Jarry to play 4 or 5 games, that means Connor Ingram is playing 4 or 3 games. Which means there's no more room for... Unless they want to carry 3 and prolong the inevitable.
Right.
Okay?
But if they carry 3, I don't think Pickard's playing a lot.
He wouldn't play at all. So you're still of the belief to keep Ingram up here, do not send him down.
I'd keep him in the NHL, personally.
What if you could send him down? Okay? I know it's not ideal, but hear me out. Then you keep Calvin Pickard here. You keep him till after the Olympic break. And then instead of losing Calvin Pickard on waivers, which I think you would, for nothing in return, then maybe that's part of a deal you put together at trade deadline. Do you think the Oilers can get that far with keeping Calvin Pickard? And actually getting something in return or using it as a piece of something?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if he has a lot of trade value right now.
But instead of losing him for nothing,
right?
He is an asset. Like Luke just said. I mean, there are other goalies getting deals that are much more of a question mark than Calvin Pickard.
I just think Ingram has played very well. I think he deserves to stay in the NHL. I think they got to play Jarry. Now here's the thing. So Ingram has to be sent down by Sunday, right? So he doesn't have to clear waivers, part of this emergency goaltender thing. So Ingram's playing tonight. It's back-to-back on the weekend. Would you play Ingram again on Saturday? Get him in one more game? Because if it's Jari and Pickard, then Jari should play 7, if not all 8 games on the homestand.
That's why I put that question out there.
Right. Where he plays the first 7, Pickard plays the last one, and then Jari plays the last game in Calgary before the Olympic break. What are the percentages at?
4 or 5 is leading the way at 73%. 6 or 7 is leading the way, or second with 24.9. All 8 is just under 2%. Now, this comes in. Sean B. Hill. Pickard is not a good goalie. What are you talking about? He's played 2 good games, Tampa Bay and Winnipeg. The rest are much below backup level.
He has not had a good season. He has not had the season he had last year.
Correct.
So that's why when you say to me,
okay,
if you're saying to me Pickard has value,
yes.
But then you're also saying he might clear waivers.
I'm not saying he'd clear waivers.
Oh, okay.
Sean B. Hill said, I think by what he's saying, suggests he would clear waivers. I don't think Calvin Pickard.
I think he might.
James Reimer was just signed, Reid. Teams would like Calvin Pickard. Do you not think Calvin Pickard is a somewhat serviceable backup? I'm not saying he's blowing the doors off, but he's done some pretty damn good things when the Oilers needed him to step up.
Right, but the only reason the Oilers only need him as a safety net.
True, which is another thing.
So
Tristan Jarry with a groin injury, is he fully out of the woods yet? What if this all happens and see you, Calvin Pickard, we loved you as an Oiler. Here's a better chance, a different start, blah, blah, blah. And then Tristan Jarry has another injury or another tweak to that groin. The groin is a tough injury to overcome. Then what are you doing?
Well, then Ingram's playing the bulk of the games.
Ingram, and then Connor Unger?
I guess. I mean, we're talking about the player who's the safety net goaltender, who even if one of the other 2 gets injured, probably wouldn't play very much. So I got to separate what the guy did last year and his quality as a human being and how beloved he is in the locker room. I have to separate that for what is best for the team. What is best for the team is to have Pickard and Ingram, or is to have Jari and Ingram as your top 2 goalies. That is what is best for the team. Like I don't know the value of playing. I don't know the value of sending Ingram down to give him more playing time in the AHL. Mm-hmm. I mean, his stats were terrible.
I know,
I'd sooner have him playing in the NHL.
But Reid, you know what you have in him. He's 4-2-1, 904 save percentage. He's clearly performing better in the NHL.
I want him to play more in the NHL, so we know what we have in the NHL of him.
Like, so I'm not like I'm not. This isn't Pickard's been a good Oiler. Like that's not how professional sports work. I get that. That doesn't mean anything to me. What I'm saying is just if you have the option to keep 3 of these goaltenders without knowing exactly where you are with Tristan Jarry, unless they're very confident with that, Reid, then sure. You could keep, or you just keep 3 goaltenders.
Well, they may just keep 3 goaltenders.
Hasn't Buffalo done that for the better part of the season?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. They may just keep 3 goaltenders and roll from there. I mean, it's not ideal, I suppose. But do they have the forward depth to not make it ideal? To say you need to have another forward sitting around instead of a 3rd goaltender? I don't know. It's food for thought. But as Knoblock, well, here's what Knoblock said today. We hadn't played the clip yet. Here's Knoblock on having 3 goalies.
Yeah, this is new for us. And we haven't quite decided exactly what we're going to do. Right now we do have 3 goalies. And, Jari coming back, just back from injury, we got to be careful on how much he plays, where this is typically a game that he could have started, but just coming back from injury, giving him a little more time between games. But, we're not really set on exactly how we're going to do this 3 goalies. And if it's for the rest of the season, is it for the next couple of weeks, is it for a couple months, whatever. But right now we're just kind of playing it day by day.
Now, is this couple months, Knobloch, like his injury reports, or is this a totally different thing for goalie talk?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see come, Sunday night?
I'm just going to put it as simply as possible. It's obvious who the Oilers' top 2 goalies are.
Yes, I agree.
So I know this is going to sound cold and black-hearted. I'm not concerned about the future or the feelings of the third goaltender.
Nor am I.
As a priority.
Nope.
I mean, yes, there's humanity to it, all that kind of stuff. But I mean, from that clip, if anything, it sounds like they're leaning towards keeping Ingram on the roster until the Olympic break.
And from that clip, they're not sure how much or how limited Tristan Jarry needs to be.
Right.
So to me, from that clip, it sounds like they're going to keep 3 goalies here.
That's what it sounds like.
To me.
Probably until the Olympics, and then maybe you see what's going on after.
Get a better sense. And I think if you can do that, I mean, Mike outside of Edmonton, he says better to have an extra skater on the roster. Well, they wouldn't have that option, right? McLean says, I want Ingram to play during the break. I'm thinking he's meaning the Olympic break.
Yeah.
Down in Bakersfield.
Okay, so I guess my counter, and I understand that argument, but how does that help him? I mean, we've seen his stats in the AHL.
Right.
The rare case where what he was doing in the AHL was unrelated to how he's performed in the NHL. So if he's going to go down there and play, the hockey that's harder for him to read as a goaltender and has a .830 save percentage, what is that really going to do? You know what I mean?
I do.
Ian the Boomer says, who do you trust more right now, Ingram or Pickard? Ingram is helping you win and could be a 1A. Pickard hasn't shown that he consistently provide that level of play this year.
That's okay. I agree with you. Ingram. It's not even close. I'm not saying that. I just don't know if they know where they're at with Jarry.
So I think they're going to keep 3 goalies on the roster for the time being and then see where it goes. Yeah. I mean, there's nobody else immediately pushing to come back. They might wind up trading Nugent-Hopkins. So, it's not as if they got a bunch of guys bubbling at the AHL that they have to make room for.
Right.
So I think they can probably carry 3 goaltenders for the time being and see how it shakes out. But if you're keeping Pickard, and I guess this is what you're saying, maybe I'm just not as concerned about it as you are. Like you're keeping Pickard as a safety net for Jarry. But your primary safety net is Ingram, who in 7 games has been the best Oilers goaltender this season. Now, it's only 7 games, but 6 of his 7 starts, he's been very good.
I agree.
Here's Knobloch on Ingram.
I think Connor's played very well. I think all but one start has been very solid. Some games have been really good. The last one against Chicago, I thought that was his best. But, he's given us steady goaltending. He's made some big saves when we needed them. And, we've been happy with his play.
See, and I think based on what he said about in the previous goaltending clip, then okay, they do want to be careful with Jarry. So that means Ingram is on the team throughout the homestand until the Olympics. So there's game tonight, game Saturday, 8 games at home, 1 in Cal. So 11 games. So maybe they just keep all 3 and they split Ingram and Jarry. Like, I don't think they're worried about Pickard's feelings or Pickard getting cold or anything like that.
Yeah, and I don't think Pickard's worried about that.
And maybe they want to turn Connor Unger loose in the American Hockey League at this point.
Well, and that's the thing. What if Pickard does clear waivers? Then what?
So this is the thing. Like, it's they're not building the goaltending position around Calvin Pickard. Him playing is not a priority. Jarry playing, Ingram playing, and in the minors, Connor Unger playing are the priorities.
Sure.
So I think even if Pickard goes down, he would still be backing up Unger.
Sure, and that would be what should happen.
Scott says, when you have 3 goalies, it means you don't have one. You need to find out ASAP if Jari is the man. And if he's the man, then you have to trade picks.
Oilers don't have 3 goalies. They have 2, clearly. Okay?
Nobody's saying if you have 3 goalies on the roster, you're searching for your number one.
Sure. They know who their number one is.
An injury played
Tristan Jarry is the number 1 goalie in Edmonton. Connor Ingram is a pretty damn serviceable backup. That I think if he were to continue playing at this level, could, like we talked about yesterday.
Well, I think Ingram's going to start the playoffs.
Come playoffs,
that's my
be the
projection.
starting goaltender for the Oilers. But right now, Tristan Jarry is the number 1. Is that not clear? Is that not what is
I think he's, well, yes, probably.
Right?
I think then they want to play him more and find out how he's doing.
Hey, that's not to say nothing that can't change. But I think when you say the team has 3 quarterbacks and you don't know who's, then they don't have one. Well, that's a different talk. Calvin Pickard is not in this discussion. The reason he is still in this discussion is for a fail-safe for somebody that's just coming off of injury.
Right. And the Oilers might not have a definitive number 1, but I mean, that's what they're trying to find out. And as we've seen, it helps to have 2 goaltenders in the postseason. You know, like
you'll need them.
Aiden Hill replaced Brossoit, and I think Thompson was hurt when the Golden Knights won the Cup. The first time the Panthers went to the final, Bobrovsky didn't start the playoffs.
Gord Mamer. Why are we even arguing here? Everyone agrees. Yes, I think we all directionally are looking the same place. Just some of us have a different way of getting there.
Yeah, my thing is I wouldn't send Ingram down. I would not send him down. Well, but some people think that they should just send him to the AHL and let him play. I don't think that's valuable.
Right. I think they're going to keep 3.
I'd keep him in the NHL and let him play.
Yeah.
Let him play, boys. Let him play. Old Roscoe, as Chet Palmer calls him, at center today. Here's Knoblock.
You know, the goal totals haven't been there, since we put him at center. His line has been outscored, but I think it's more on circumstances rather than actually his play. I think back to the Chicago game where his line could have had 4 or 5 goals. Like, they were all over it, especially Rosie. He had many, many chances. Puck just didn't go in. He's been on the ice for a few goals against, and I can't say that he's at fault for any of those. Certainly something we would like to play out a little bit longer, seeing him as our centerman.
Well, and that contradicts what he said a few weeks ago, where he said Roslovic is best served as a top 6 winger. Now, that was before Adam Henrique got hurt and before Kasperi Kapanen came back and played quite well. So, I mean, you do got to adjust on the fly. I think ideally Roslovic is a winger. So if he's not with on Draisaitl's wing, then fine. Maybe the Oilers need to find a third-line center that he could be on the wing of as we get closer to the playoffs. Edmonton Sports Talk, of course, is presented by Play Alberta. Why settle for less when you can have it all? Only Play Alberta brings you casino games, live dealers, lottery, instants, and sports betting all in one place. Don't forget to use your game sense. Go to playalberta.ca or use the Play Alberta app. Clue number 3 in the Hudson's Canada's Pub Mystery Athlete of the Game. You must text in your guesses to 780-218-9999. That's the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. You're trying to win a $25 GC to Hudson's. The third clue is Dafoe. Dafoe. Should I recap the clues?
I think you should.
Sharks, Seahawks, Dafoe have been the clues. Quite interesting, isn't it? The game is afoot, Mr. Milne.
This is stumping people. I can confidently tell you that.
I don't think it will stump them much longer.
Well, we'll see what the stump level looks like.
We'll see. We'll have to start rating the stump level of the mystery athletes of the game. All right. We're going to talk about the Nuge. How much do you love them? What do you love about them the most? Do you love them more than you've ever loved any other Oiler or athlete? We'll dive into that. Give us a thumbs up, by the way, if you have not done so already. If you're watching on YouTube, we need 14 more to get to 100. Do not be a pleasure delayer. Get in there and click. And if you've already clicked the thumbs up, just leave it. Don't touch it again. But click share and send the show link off to somebody else.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
All right, here's the coup.
Connor Ingram starts for the Oilers as they host the Islanders. Andrew Mangiapane out of Edmonton's lineup. Curtis Lazar back in for 7 o'clock puck drop. Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson get you set for the game during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Tune in at 6 only on Edmonton Sports Talk. 9 other games in the NHL. The Jets and Wild matchup. Calgary visits Chicago. Mitch Marner and the Golden Knights challenge the Leafs as Montreal faces Buffalo. And to the NFL, Seattle's Sam Darnold is questionable for Saturday's game against San Francisco with an oblique injury. On the other side, Fred Warner is a no-go after he made a return to practice this week for the first time since injuring his right ankle October 12th in Tampa Bay. From Ottawa, the Red Blacks have inked 32-year-old Gino Lewis to an extension. He was set to become a free agent at the end of this season. And on a heavy NBA schedule, OKC visits Houston, Utah plays Dallas as the Knicks and Warriors hit the court. This sports update is brought to you by Advantage Sports Medicine. Connor McDavid's got a team of specialists, and you've got a bag of frozen peas. Get the same locker room approach that's trusted by the best in the game. Call them at 780-460-9977 or visit their website at AdvantageSportMed.ca to book an appointment. Today we chat some RNH. Following the break, I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The EST Hangout.
Mike Tomlin, just because he's going, if he goes to the TV for a year. Bill Cowher went to TV for a year, and everyone's like, hey, when's Bill Cowher going to get hired? And he never left. And is Mike Tomlin going to be a guy that goes, you want to ask how much on this? I don't need this. Why am I going to do that? Although it is said that if he comes back, he wants to go to a warmer climate, which I respect.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Sentinel Storage presents Team Canada Ice Dancers, Piper Gillis and Paul Poirier on Support from Home.
We're celebrating all the people at home, the people that have supported us.
We know our community is going to be cheering for us, and we know the country is going to be cheering for us.
Thank you, Canada.
Sentinel Storage, official storage partner of Team Canada.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
EST Afternoons.
Hey, on Sunday, 3 more games to hit 1,000 for the Nuge, Jay. What an accomplishment for this guy.
Really?
Yeah. He was a first-round pick, Joaquin. I don't think he didn't reach what first-round picks usually become, like Patty Kane. I mean, I'm not going to compare him to the generational talents. He's turned out to be a hell of a top 6 forward.
I mean, he's been overshadowed a little bit.
EST Afternoons, weekday afternoons 1 to 3, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
UFC 324 is live Saturday, January 24th at the Canadian Brewhouse. With TVs at every turn, ice-cold drinks, and non-stop action, you won't miss a second of the fight. UFC 324, live at the Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house.
The Oil Stream.
He's in front of the net with a Nashville Predator. The shot comes, he gets out of the way of it, and then leaves the man wide open to bang in the rebound. Like, imagine going to the net in the National Hockey League, and the only price you have to pay is Bouchard standing 1.5 feet away from you. I get it, it's not in your DNA, but you got to engage a little bit.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Must you click? Click.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, da, da, da. Must you click? Dun, dun, dun. Click, click.
There is the Thumb Click remix as put together by Zachary Kubish, who is currently stationed at our technical desk. Reminding you to click the thumbs up button on YouTube if you have not done so already. We're getting you ready for the Oilers and the Islanders at 7 o'clock. At 6 o'clock here on EST, we will have the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show hosted by Tom Gazzola, and then Tom on right after the game to break it down. Is Bellsy with him today? Sean Bell is the analyst today.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. I'll be on the postgame show for Reid's Read, presented by Ewell. Okay. So one of the storylines here for the Oilers, looking ahead a little bit, is that on Sunday against the St. Louis Blues, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins will play NHL game, all with the Oilers, number 1,000. The Alberta Blue Cross Courageous Moment. Running your own small business takes courage, and as it grows, so does your team. That's why Alberta Blue Cross offers health, dental, life, disability, and wellness benefits designed just for small businesses, because we know a healthy team means a thriving business. Visit ab.bluecross.ca to find a plan that's right for you.
We're playing a lot and we're traveling and stuff, so I'm definitely going to try to enjoy it as much as I can, but just going to be focusing on playing and doing the best I can out there. But it'll be fun, like you said, $9.99 in Vancouver, so I'll have some family and stuff out there for that, and then I got family and friends coming in on Sunday, so it's hard to kind of fathom it sometimes, but I think for my family and friends, it's exciting time. So for me, I'll just be trying to play my game, but definitely try to enjoy it too.
Yeah, well, you hope you can enjoy it. I mean, you got a game to go out there and play in, but this is a special accomplishment for a special player who's been an Oiler for a long time, been an Oiler through some awful seasons. That I'm not suggesting by any means that he had anything to do with those. He's usually been the best or one of the best players on the team. Mm-hmm. He's usually been one of the top scoring players on the team. And I think, Jay, he occupies a unique place in the hearts of Oilers fans. And this is, we always love hearing from people, but especially for this, if you want to jump in the nasty chat, if you want to text us at 780-218-9999, afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino. Check out the River Cree mobile app, free to download. Get exclusive offers and promotions. Get show tickets. Make reservations for hotel rooms and restaurants. It's safe, secure, and easy to use. Like, I'd like to know from people, how would you describe your feelings towards Ryan Nugent-Hopkins? Let's get in touch with your feelings. And in terms of his popularity, like Koob asked me this today. Koob said, is Nuge did you say popular or beloved?
Beloved.
He said, do you think he's the most beloved Oiler of all time? And I immediately said no. And Koob said McDavid. I said, well, there was a guy named Wayne Gretzky here.
Yeah.
So like there's been some very popular, excellent players, but not all the point producing top players have been the most popular. But Nuge is in an interesting. I mean, okay, Gretzky, Messier, the Hall of Fame guys, and then Semenko, Ranford, some of the other fighters from the '80s and early '90s. Like they won Stanley Cups, right? So that's a different era.
Well, and that's part of their greatness and why they're so beloved,
right?
It's because they won.
Nuge, like Ryan Smith, gritty player. Yeah, got everything he could out of himself. I think what factors in for Nuge, at least from my perspective of interacting with fans over the years, is he was there when the team was really, really crappy. Like he would never, he was never somebody, not that other guys did, but like never whined about it, worked hard, took abuse, still kept producing points, fights every 2 or 3 years, has been obviously close to the Stanley Cup a couple of times. That he's in a very interesting category in the way in which he is loved. And somebody Easy puts in keep Nuge forever. Like that used to come up a lot when he was nearing the end of a contract. And plus, okay, so who are some of the Oilers that he's associated with? Well, Hall and Eberle both were eventually traded. Even if you want to put a guy like Dubnyk in there, Dustin Schultz, like it all never worked out in Edmonton. And I think fans were like, God, are we just going to trade like Magnus Pajärvi? Even Yessi to some extent. Like, are we just going to trade all these players that we had all these high hopes for? Or is one guy going to be a lifer who's not from the, they didn't come in after for McDavid? And Nuge has kind of been that guy.
Yeah. I think the longevity is the biggest aspect of this, and how he's been performed and stayed with this team and stayed as a leader of this team through one of the worst, the decade of darkness. Nuge was here for that.
And he's always been a bright spot on the team.
Yeah, he still managed to show up. It's almost like he's the son or daughter you never had for Oilers fans, right? Like that's I think what
he's
you
the
would
guy
perceive.
you'd be proud to bring home.
Yes, you're damn right he would be. Nuge embodies Edmonton, though. Does he not? He's gritty. He's determined. He'll fight you if you have to. But he's still a hell of a hockey player. And I don't know. I just feel like what Ryan Nugent-Hopkins is Edmonton. And what Edmonton loves is a person like Ryan Nugent-Hopkins who's loyal. Right?
Yeah, and outside of his game, he just seems like an easygoing, calm, cool, collected kind of guy, very calculated.
And he's looked the same since he's been drafted in 2011.
Yeah. Put a side-by-side picture up. He's
he
the
looks
same guy.
identical. He still has the mustache.
He's got the Tom Cruise kind of...
I don't know what he eats, but he looks the same.
There, but it's interesting too because like he still gets a lot of points, obviously. And he still plays a lot, but he's by no means the best player on this team, right? He's by no means the highest. So when you say to somebody, who's your favorite player? And they say, well, I grew up in the 80s, Gretzky, or I love Messier, or McDavid. There's nothing wrong with that answer, but it's an obvious answer, right? If you say Nugent-Hopkins or pick somebody else who was good but wasn't like the best player on the team, it's almost like you're revealing something about yourself. It's like, well, of course there's the high-end guys, but I notice the little thing. Like, remember, that story I've told this on air a few times, like when Ekholm made sure he congratulated Fogle in the scrum because Fogle didn't get an assist or the celebration. Like it's almost as a fan, you're saying, hey, I know Nuge doesn't get 130 points, okay? But did you see that time he kept the puck in?
Yeah.
Did you see him win the race on the power play? He's on the penalty kill, right? Yeah, like it's almost like you're saying Nuge has played here a long time. He's loved and he's appreciated, and I can still love him if he has 0 points for a week because he does other things that I admire.
That's very well put. And you could, public perception of Nuge is probably one of the highest for any Edmonton Oiler right now. I don't, as far as how much people love him. But Nuge is the guy, unlike you, Coob. Nuge is the guy that would put his shopping cart back where it goes. Nuge is the guy that would get out of the road on a side street and pick up a bag of trash that was thrown out.
Well, him and Hyman pulled over and pushed the guy out of the snow a couple years ago.
Nuge. But like that means so much then. Well, Nuge has never been the best player on the Oilers, for his existence. But has that stopped? Like, that says a lot about his perseverance.
Yeah.
Right? He
stays true to himself.
Yeah. Please do, because you're pretty damn good.
And he gives the image of just being like a genuine guy. Like what you see from him in the media, that just seems like kind of who he is. And Luke Gazdic earlier touched on some of the memories that he had with Nuge. And of course, maybe you're a little bit different away from the microphone, but he just seems like a nice guy to talk to as well. Like that would be one of the top players that I don't know, if you could have a beer with somebody, it would be up there for Nuge. Just a very likable guy. And I remember when I was in junior high, I forget the event that it was called, but they were raising money for charities, and 5 Oilers players got designated to 5 different schools around the Edmonton area. One of my schools Duncan Stewart McKenzie had Leon Draisaitl, and I was at that school, and I was hoping at the time when I was a young Coob, I was like, man, I wish it was R&H, man. Like that would be great to see him walking around the hallway, or he'd meet at the assembly. And they all ended up congregating in our gymnasium, and they went up on stage, and I was just like eyes glued on Nuge. Like that was the guy that you want to look up to. You want to be a Nuge as well, right? Good hockey player, good person. Growing up, that's somebody
being young, sort of like a role model as well.
40 games behind Kevin Lowe for most played in Oilers history. He's 8th in goals. He'll pass Ryan Smith. Maybe this year he needs 15. If not early next year. He is 6th on assists. He's about 67. He needs 67 to pass Curry. Points, he's 7th. He still needs over 100 to pass Glenn Anderson. Where is he in power play goals? He's 8th in power play goals, 6th behind Messier. Game-winning goals, he is 8th, 6th behind Messier. So, I mean, obviously he's played a long time, some important categories. He's, where's he? I said assists. So, we got a message here in the Nasty Chat. Chaos Jester, Nuge was one of the young Turks along with Hall and Eberle. They moved on, but Nuge stayed and didn't allow himself to be broken by despair during the dark years. Character and perseverance. Somebody else suggesting the Doc says the Oilers would be wise to waive their Hockey Hall of Fame requirement for a number retirement with Nuge. Well, hopefully we're several years from that. Mm-hmm. Will Nuge be a Hockey Hall of Famer? Probably not. But could his number ever wind up in the rafters? I don't know if they would waive it for him or not. I mean, Ryan Smith is the other guy fans said it should be waived for. I don't know if they would do that.
Well, you just showed where he sits as far as amongst the Oilers greats, right? When that's all said and done, where does Ryan?
Well, what if he plays 1,600 games as an Oiler,
right?
And let's say they're fortunate enough to win a Stanley Cup.
He would go down as one of the top
could you keep
greatest
him?
Edmonton Oilers.
How could you keep him out of the rafters? Like when we talk about stuff like that, sometimes I will shoot down the longevity requirement. But if it's longevity and it's excellence or very goodness for almost all the time, it's hard to shoot it down.
Yeah. Where do you think he falls? Is Ryan Nugent-Hopkins? Is he a top 10 Edmonton Oiler right now?
Well, see, that's a tough one, right? Because you got those guys.
For Reid.
Well, if I'm just going by talent or by how much I sense that people love him.
I guess the beloved aspect of it.
I think he'd be in the top 10.
I agree.
Yeah. Like, I mean, it's hard not to put... Now, again, there are a lot of people listening who will have been seeing the 80s. There are younger people who they're like, well, of course, it's like us talking about Bobby Orr. I mean,
yeah,
I was born in 1974. Like, I think, I wasn't old enough to see him. But I mean, Gretzky, Messier, legends,
that team,
Hart trophies, McDavid, Draisaitl, Hart trophies. Then you got Curry, then you got Anderson as forwards.
Fear.
Yeah, I'm just going forwards. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But the beloved side, the Smitty side, the Bucky side,
he's
up there.
He's almost kind of in that category,
But he's better than them in terms of points, in terms of production. But yet he's still
he
beloved.
Didn't score as much as Ryan Smith. Would you say, like, we're kind of splitting hairs here, like these are great players, but Nuge would be a better all-round player than Ryan Smith.
Correct.
Ryan Smith would be a better goal scorer and net front guy.
Net front, yeah.
Both very
different roles.
Yeah.
But both very
popular.
I mean, in the inbox right now, there's Grumpy Cat. Ryan Smith was my guy. Sully, I just joined the convo, but Nuge is up there with Smitty for me. Like, that says a lot.
That's... Because, again, like if you say, well, McDavid's my favorite player, well, of course, he's getting like almost 3 points a game for the last month and a half.
Yeah.
Like, who wouldn't love that?
But obviously, he's loved, but is he beloved in the same manner as the gritty guys, the guys, the glue guys, the guys that were here for a long time?
That's the thing. It's almost as if this is an interesting conversation because I'm not trying to like demean the great players or say that they're loved lesser, but they're also loved. It's almost like you marvel at them and you love that they're just otherworldly, that you've never seen players like that before, right? Like it's like Rob Brown always used to say about Zach Hyman. If you have a kid in minor hockey, don't tell them to aspire to be Connor McDavid. Tell them to aspire to be Zach Hyman. Because you can work to go to the front of the net. You can be determined to win battles along the boards. You can practice and try to get 1% better every week, and then you're way better by the end of the season. You know?
Yep.
You can't really, I mean, of course you can practice your skating, but skate as fast as McDavid. Well, okay, I'm trying, but like it's just not working. But hey, get to the front of the net like Zach Hyman. Well, I can, that's achievable, right? So it's almost like these guys who can do great things, but that are like more realistic for people, the everyday person to believe are achievable.
Yeah, it is a great discussion. Let us know what you think. Hit us up in the nasty chat. Send in your notes on the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox at 780-218-9999.
Yeah, like Rip City Step puts it well. Like, people can relate to players that work hard. It's hard to relate to LeBron James unless you're Dusty. Wow, he's okay. Tied it all together.
And this is an interesting perspective that Orca Diver has chosen to put this in. Okay? Orca Driver, sorry. Think of the emotional damage that came from the Ryan Smith trade. Do you think that would happen if they traded Nugent-Hopkins? Ryan was a heart and soul guy, and while the Nuge is a hard worker, he's here every day. He's not at the same level. So I think he's trying to answer this question, you know, Nuge, Smitty, some of the most beloved Oilers of all time, with what happened when Smitty was traded.
That's an interesting way to put it. I think if Ryan Nugent-Hopkins were traded, I think that a lot of people would take that very hard.
Yes.
And then now we have to remember, too, and first of all, that's a great point. I'm not dismissing that point. I just, as people know, I like talking about stuff.
Are you going to reference his contract?
And looking about stuff from different angles. I'm not, actually. That's not where I was going with that.
Okay.
Now, like, I always think, so I was born in 1974. Like, I can remember the Islanders winning. I can remember the Oilers winning. You know, like, I don't really remember anything in the 70s. Probably like some other people who were adults at that time. But now we have to remember there's even people who don't remember Ryan Smith being an Oiler.
Correct.
Coop, Benny, probably even Trev to some extent, right? Like, so that's a good point. It tore some people's hearts out when Ryan Smith was traded, but now there's even a generation fans who doesn't have that as a perspective. Like, I can talk about Gretzky being sold. Then I can talk about Messier and Anderson and Fuhr and Curry leaving, right? And a lot of them playing for the Kings against the Oilers. But now there's not even the reference. So that's a really good point. I think that person was saying it was more heartbreaking to see Ryan Smith traded than it would be to see Nuge traded. Fair comment for that person.
I'm not sure that's true.
But a lot of people might, and look, obviously Nuge is not going to get traded. This is a hypothetical. If you're just tuning in, we're talking about people who love Nuge, which is most of you.
No move clause through the 2028-29
we're not talking about that if you're just joining us. But if Nuge was traded, for a lot of younger Oilers fans, they would not have any context for losing a player that they love that much. Right?
Correct. That would be their Smitty. That would be their moment.
Right.
Because, yes, that was, for Oilers fans, heartbreaking when Smitty left this team. He was kind of the soul of the Edmonton Oilers. That's an interesting discussion.
Yeah, this has been good.
Yeah.
But it's going to be cool to see Nugent-Hopkins play game 1,000 at home. It was delayed. It was supposed to be home New Year's Eve. He missed some time, but it still works out. He's going to get to do it on home ice. And he was asked today about being a fan favorite.
I definitely feel the support from the fans for sure. They've always been great to me. They supported me. Obviously, I came in a first pick, so you have a lot of pressure, a lot of expectations, and I feel like they kind of stuck with me through some tougher years. And I mean, they've been great to myself and my family. I mean, they're in general just a great fan base, but I've been very fortunate the way that they've treated me, and I definitely don't take it for granted.
All right, a little bit there from Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. We are late into the 5 o'clock break. We got buying or selling coming up. More on the Oilers in the game tonight as well.
Two guys and a goalie.
In less than 5 years, Matt Schaefer will be the best D-man in the league.
Ooh, less than 5?
Yeah.
I got to fire it.
Fire it.
Yeah, he's, I think Makar will still be up there. And
yeah.
he'll be close, though.
He'll definitely be in like the top
conversation.
tier, but to dethrone the likes of Makar, it's
Two Guys and a Goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. Hi, it's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
Sentinel Storage presents Team Canada Ice Dancers, Piper Gillis and Paul Poirier on Support from Home.
We're celebrating all the people at home, the people that have supported us. We know our community is going to be cheering for us, and we know the country is going to be cheering for us. Thank you, Canada.
Sentinel Storage, official storage partner of Team Canada.
Running your own small business takes courage, and as it grows, so does your team. That's why Alberta Blue Cross offers health, dental, life, disability, and wellness benefits designed for small businesses. Because we know a healthy team means a thriving business. Join over 5,000 Alberta businesses who have chosen us to help their business grow and succeed. Alberta Blue Cross takes care of you and your employees, so you can take care of your business. Visit ab.bluecross.ca to find a plan that's right for you.
At Mind360, we invite you to embark on your mental health journey in a safe and comfortable space. Conveniently located in St. Albert, Mind360 has a diverse team of experienced clinicians that offer a broad range of tailored services for children, adults, and families. Furthermore, we are very proud to serve our military, veterans, and first responders. If you're looking for counseling, treatment, or assessment, understand that you are not alone. Contact Mind360 at mind360.ca to book an appointment today.
Connor Ingram gets a nod for the Oilers as Curtis Lazar draws back in against the Islanders. Andrew Mangiapane with the healthy scratch as Ike Howard moves to the third line. Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson set the table for the action during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Coverage for that starts at 6 o'clock right here on EST. 4 games get going momentarily. The Canadians and Sabres meet. The Flyers and Pens face off. The Sharks and Capitals go at it while Columbus plays host to Vancouver. From Vegas, the Golden Knights have activated Aiden Hill from injured reserve. He's been sidelined since October 20th with a lower body injury. Meanwhile, Carter Hart and Brandon Saad have been moved to the IR. NFL news, Fred Warner will not return this week for the Niners to clash with the Seahawks on Saturday. Plus, Seattle's Sam Darnold is questionable with an oblique injury. On the hardwood, Detroit and Phoenix tip off from Motor City. The Rockets and Thunder hit the deck while Boston visits Miami. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. Hour 3 of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
Hope you're having a marvelous afternoon. Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports, presented by Play Alberta. You can skip the flight to Vegas because jackpots are just a tap away. Experience all the thrills of the casino right from your phone with Play Alberta. Download the app today. Go to playalberta.ca. Look for Jay's Play of the Day and all our other EST specials.
Well, and a reminder that the second EST Fun Spiel is coming up very quickly. January 31st. This will be down at the Shamrock. It's the EST Fun Spiel presented by Hammer Injury Law. First game is at 4 p.m. Dinner will be around 7. We have very limited spots available. So if you are interested, you can email Matt at edmontonsportstalk.com if you want to be a part of the event. I think there's a few spots, if I'm not mistaken. But you can also just come for the dinner, too. So you can, if you have any questions like that, just email Matt at edmontonsportstalk.com. It was a great time last year. And the Oilers play that night. But I know Maddie had said that the Shamrock has added TVs to the ice, so we'll be able to have that live at 8 p.m. So if you're interested, it's the EST Fun Spiel presented by Hammer Injury Law. January 31st at the Shamrock.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Can't wait.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Fun times.
780-218-9999 is how you can text us. That is the afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino. Jersey Shore DJ Pauly D is performing at the venue at River Cree on March 7th.
Say what?
That's what it says here. George Thorogood and the Destroyers are back at the venue on March 19th for the baddest show on earth tour.
Bad.
Tickets at River Cree Resort.com. I turned into Seinfeld there for a second. What is it .com? Why do we need the dot?
Do you still say visit? I mean, like if you just say, hey, go to edmontonsportstalk.com and click listen live and you can hear us. Or do you say go to www?
No, nobody says www.
I think www is not necessary anymore.
No.
Like you can just say find Edmonton Sports Talk. And certainly you could.
Yeah. You don't even have to type in. Like if I
don't.
What if I type in safeway.ca?
You know what drove me nuts? I used to have a guy that worked for us who would say he thought he was adamant that it was Safeways.
What are you talking about?
Not Safeway.
Like he wasn't referring to plural Safeways.
No, he wasn't talking about.
He thought an individual store was called Safeways.
Yes, because the logo
comes after the word.
It's he just thought it was because the S was usually at the end of Safeway, so he thought it was
part of the word, not the logo.
I fought him several times about this. I'm
was
like,
this a colleague?
Yeah,
at the furniture store.
It's one of our salesmen. I said it's Safeway. It is not Safeways. He's like, no, it's Safeways, Jay.
Like you're like, go into a store, go into whatever you think the store is called. Ask for a store manager. And say, sir, what is this establishment called?
Well, he probably wouldn't have because he knew he was wrong.
Was this the same guy that said supposedly?
No, different.
That was a different guy. Well, that's some very
special breed, Reid.
Some interesting people working with you. I hope they're not tuning in now. And if they are, so what?
Hi, guys. I don't miss you. Well, I do. Kind of.
I had a guy. I was at Blockbuster. I answered the phone. So this was mid-90s. Like if you had the internet, not many, well, I don't know, 95, 96, did we have home internet? Maybe limited.
Dial-up.
This guy, he called me. Well, he called Blockbuster. Hey, Blockbuster. Hey, can I ask you about a movie? Pretty common way to start a call.
Yeah.
So that did not bother me at all. And he's like, do you know that movie Cape Fear? I was like, yeah, let me, and I start typing in if we got a copy in. And he's like, who's in that? And I was like, well, Robert De Niro, and I think Juliet, somebody. And he's like, did you say Robert De Niro? Did you say Robert De Niro? I was like, yeah. Do you want me to check if I'm going to hand the phone to somebody, okay? I want you to tell her what you just told me. I was like, okay. And then hello? I was like, hi, I'm supposed to tell you Robert De Niro's in Cape Fear. Okay, thanks. They hang up.
So it was
in hindsight, I should have hung up on the guy as soon as he passed the phone to. He's obviously trying to humiliate his girlfriend. But I was kind of like, what is going on?
It was a marital discussion.
Yeah, I had a marital or boyfriend, girlfriend, or something like that. And
Beaumont Dusty says, while we are on this topic with S's, can we address why Americans say offsides versus offside?
I don't know.
Can someone please explain that to me? It drives me crazy. Well, I don't think your comment's offsides.
Oh my goodness! You got to be careful when you're going offside. Oh my goodness!
Bootsky says I used to say Safeways on purpose to piss off my wife and other former Safeway employees and her family. I think Safeways.
I've never heard anybody call it Safeways.
That was a thing. Like there were people, because the S logo Safeway for Safeway came at the end of the word Safeway. A lot of people said that meant it was called Safeways.
It's just where the logo was positioned.
I know. Not good.
Oh, my goodness. Jason Leduc says Reid was Google before there was Google. Well, thanks. Not really.
Hey, speaking of putting you on the spot, we haven't done a limerick on the spot in a while.
You want me to do a limerick on the spot?
Yeah.
Sure.
Actually, I saw. Oh, hang on.
We have one.
We did get one in here. I had one here. This is from Dry Fly Mustache Guy.
Oh, nice.
Sorry, boys. Been gone fishing for quite some time. Here's a limerick. There once was a show on the air with Reid Wilkins hosting with flair. Jay Milne talked Oilers pride as I fished outside, which hooked fans everywhere.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Not bad. Dry Fly Mustache Guy
with the fish.
Send us a picture of what you caught. Yeah.
I won't know what it is.
Okay,
Can
Reid.
you tell fish apart?
Can I?
Like if someone held up a trout and a pike, would you tell the difference apart?
Easily.
I couldn't.
100%.
I
mean, fish that are native to Alberta?
Yeah, I would have no idea.
You show me a perch, you throw me a cutthroat trout, you throw me a bull trout,
Yeah,
you show me a jackfish, you show me a walleye.
This is a good one.
Rainbow trout.
Caster says, I used to think the Rough Riders logo was the Safeway logo.
Could.
That is an annoying logo. Like, why is the S thinner at the top and then thicker on the bottom? Like, did they not think?
I don't know. Maybe
the old
like
one?
of the owner's children drew it or something.
Maybe.
Casino Dealer Jay, do you say schedule instead of schedule?
I say schedule.
I say schedule,
Most-
and I,
most people
quite
say
frankly,
schedule.
am annoyed by those that say schedule.
Little more Nuge love here from Captain Connie.
I'm excited about it, really. It's a long year with a lot of similar days, and Sunday will be an exciting day for our organization and for Nuge and his family. Really, really looking forward to it.
There's a group of you guys that have been together for a long time. How special is that to kind of like share a career almost with, Ryan and Darnell and Leon and those guys?
Yeah, it's been a special group to be a part of. Played every single game here in Edmonton with those guys. A lot of ways we grew up together, learning this league, figuring this league out. So to see Nuge reach that milestone all here in Edmonton, speaks to his loyalty here in Edmonton and how much he, likes the city, likes the fans, likes the organization. So, big credit to him.
All right, so career game number 1,000 on Sunday for the Oilers when they host the St. Louis Blues. Game 998 is tonight against the New York Islanders. After being scratched a couple days ago, Curtis Lazar comes in for Andrew Mangiapane. The Oilers with Lazar in the lineup this season, 15-7-2. Without Lazar, 8-9-6.
Take that to the bank.
You can take it to the bank.
I just want to note, Reid.
Yes.
What year was this that fella called in demanding you tell his...
Probably, well, I worked from Blockbuster from 95 to 98.
And when was Cape Fear released? The De Niro.
90?
Okay, so this came in the River Cree Resort and Casino. You may have delivered...
I know there's a remake.
Yeah, the original...
came
out in 1962.
Okay. Was it Robert Mitchum?
With Gregory Peck.
Oh, Peck, sorry.
So I hope you didn't...
No, he was talking about the Kurt one. He wanted the... it was, I don't know. At some point it was communicated. I think it was Cape Fear.
It's funny. Sometimes different discussion points on our show take off.
Yes.
This one has. Saskatoon Muncher says, I'm not sure if it's a Sask thing or just my friends, but we always say going to BP's, not BP, when going to Boston Pizza. I say going to BP's.
Yeah, but then you say BP Westgate when we give out the location.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think that one's okay compared to Safeways.
Yeah, it's not Safeways. In no way can you say it's Safeways.
You can't.
Like, that is just awful. And he would argue with you, eh?
Yes, he was adamant.
And did you ever ask him what makes you so adamant?
His wife worked there.
And what did she call it?
Safeways.
She called it Safeways?
They were both delusional.
But she worked there.
I know.
How did she not know what it was called?
Great point. I wonder what the check said.
Well, it probably had the logo on it. And she was like, see, I work for Safeways.
I got it.
You should have been like, really, you work for all the stores.
Yes, it's like Happy New Year's, Reid. Supposedly. It's Safeway.
All right. By the way, we are over 100 thumbs up on YouTube, so thanks for getting us there. But if you have not clicked the thumbs up, You can still do it. Let's see how high we can go. We're at 113. Let's try to get to 130.
We don't have a mystery athlete winner.
Oh, we don't. My God, thanks for reminding me. I got so distracted doing all our other fun stuff. The fourth clue for the Hudson's Canada's Pub mystery athlete of the game is Randy Gregg.
Kate, can you go over the first three?
Sharks, Seahawks, Defoe, and Randy Gregg.
This is the one? This is where the domino?
This is, I think someone gets it here. And then if not, I'll give out another clue at the end of the next segment, and then somebody will get it before we sign off. Sharks, Seahawks, Defoe, and Randy Gregg.
There it is.
And it is, I'll give this as a clue. It directly refers to the former Oiler who now runs the Riverhawks. Directly refers to Randy Gregg.
Okay.
All right. Buying or selling. Jay's got some clips from the NFL this week with some interesting exchanges between reporters and coaches. But first, the Coop.
Connor Ingram gets a nod for the Oilers as they host the Islanders. Andrew Mangiapane out of the lineup. Curtis Lazar drawing back in for 7 o'clock puck drop. Tune into the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show. Tom Gazzola and Ben Thompson get you set for the game with coverage starting at 6 right here on EST. And 4 games are live in the NHL. Just one with a goal. The Penguins up 1-0 over the Flyers. Justin Brazeau scoring on the power play, his 13th of the season. We also got the Sharks and Capitals matching up. The Canucks and Blue Jackets going at it, while the Canadiens and Sabres are just about to get underway. All those games about midway through the first period. NFL news. Seattle's Sam Darnold is questionable for Saturday's game against San Francisco with an oblique injury. On the other side of the field, Fred Warner is a no-go after he made a return to practice this week for the first time since injuring his ankle October 12th in Tampa Bay. From Ottawa, the Red Blacks having 32-year-old Geno Lewis to an extension. He was set to become a free agent at the end of next season. He's now locked up through 2027. And on a heavy NBA schedule, there's one game underway right now. It's the Suns up 15-13 over the Pistons. About 5 minutes left in the first. And in about 5 minutes, the Celtics and Heat tip off. The Reid Wilkins Show returns after the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
Hey, Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
December's festive featured wing flavors are here at the Canadian Brewhouse. It's festive cranberry versus Korean bulgogi in the ultimate flavor showdown. Try them anytime or just 67 cents every Wing Wednesday for a limited time. The Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house.
Sentinel Storage presents Team Canada Ice Dancers, Piper Gillis and Paul Poirier on Support from Home.
We're celebrating all the people at home, the people that have supported us. We know our community is going to be cheering for us, and we know the country is going to be cheering for us. Thank you, Canada.
Sentinel Storage, official storage partner of Team Canada.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know. We are camped out in the Canadian Brewhouse studio. Hockey lives at the Canadian Brewhouse during every Oilers game day at any Edmonton and area location. Enter to win Oilers home game tickets at Rogers Place. Plus, enjoy $1 off Molson Canadian and Coors Light tankards. Details at thecanadianbrewhouse.com. Sportsnet.com. Oilers and Islanders tonight. Islanders having a decent season, 25-16-5, 55 points. The Oilers 23-16-8, 54 points. This matchup in Edmonton, though, has been grossly in favor of the Oilers. The Oilers have won 12 of their last 13 home games against the Islanders, so they will try to continue that tonight. These two teams did play way back in the Oilers' fourth game of the season. It actually turned out to be the Oilers' first regulation loss, 4-2 back in October. Bo Horvat, who will not play tonight, he's been out about a week with an injury, is not going to go this evening. So their top line, Lee, Barzal, and Duclair. Sorokin in net against Edmonton in his career, 3-3-2 with a .932 save percentage and a shutout with a 2.35 GAA. Connor Ingram back between the pipes for the Oilers. When we last saw him on Monday, he was very, very good in a win against Chicago. And with that, we go to buying or selling. This is going to be fun. This is all Jason Milne. Buying or selling for Damon Bunting, a consistent top-producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for over 18 years. He and his team would love to help you find that right home or make the move from your current home. Community-driven, he understands what it takes to make a difference in our city. Check him out, DamonBunting.com. Instagram handle, Damon Bunting Real Estate.
Okay, I saw a clip that came out yesterday. This is from Denver, of head coach of the Denver Broncos, Sean Payton. You know, as he normally would after practice, just take some questions from the media. This one stood out to me a little bit, and it stood out to a lot of people in a not-so-great way. Coob, go ahead and roll it.
Sean, having Greenlaw back for this game, his ability to attack downhill and in the run game, just how big is that and the timing of it for this one?
You want him to attack downhill? Is that your, like, what do you know about attacking downhill in the run game? You don't know. All right, that's right. But have him attacking downhill. It's good to have a healthy Dre Greenlaw back in the game. Yeah.
Their quarterback.
Okay, Dre Greenlaw, linebacker for the Denver Broncos, attacking the play downhill. That's what linebackers do. Okay, so this is Denver Post beat writer Luca Evans, who asked this question: "Hey, are you excited to have Dre Greenlaw back and him attacking the run game downhill? Why in the world?" And Coob, if you want to pull it up again, I want to play it again. Why in the world would Sean Payton choose to take this kind of approach to the answer? Go ahead and play.
Greenlaw back for this game, his ability to attack downhill and in the run game, just how big is that and the timing of it for this one?
You want him to attack downhill? Is that your, like, what do you know about attacking downhill in the run game? You don't know. All right, that's right. But have him attacking downhill. It's good to have a healthy Dre Greenlaw back in the game. Yeah.
Like, why do you have to be such a dick to answer it in that way? Just answer, "Oh, that's a great insight. Yeah, we're excited to have Dre Greenlaw back." That, to me, right away said, okay, I'm taking the Bills by a zillion. Because that kind of stuff.
Spite.
Yeah, absolutely. But why not just choose to answer the question? Luca Evans, who asked that question, is 24 or 25. It's uncertain. He is young in his job, in his media role. If Reid Wilkins was there, beat reporter for the Denver Bronco or the Denver Star of 25 years, asking that question to Sean Payton, do you think Reid would get that answer from him? No, he wouldn't. And you can say all the things you want. Oh, because Luca put up a tweet about it later saying, "Oh, we laughed about it after." But that's overstepping the bounds of professionalism. Be better. And what if Luca said, "Well, hey, I'm just asking you a question. Can you just answer my question?" Well, he'd probably be kicked out of the media room and have his media pass revoked. What are your thoughts when you hear that, Reid?
Well, I was surprised that he reacted that way. Now, when something like that happens, I wonder, is there pre-existing tension between these two people? I haven't seen anything reported like that.
But Sean Payton does have a history of being quite problematic, right, with media that he has to deal with.
So then he kind of said, what did he say? Oh, you want him to attack downhill?
Yeah, what do you know about it?
What do you know about it? So, I don't know. I'm not trying to defend Sean Payton. Does that terminology bother him? Does he not?
That's actually
maybe he's thinking, well, that's not how coaches talk about it. We use other language. But then he could have answered the question in the language that or he could have said, well, you know what? Yeah, in the coach's room, we don't talk about going downhill or uphill. We talk about trying to get to a gap, or we talk about playing with speed.
Yeah.
And then he gives kind of an insightful answer, and then he kind of just has the exchange with the guy, and he says like, yeah, we're happy to have him back. He's a good player or whatever. So
right.
It was a little weird. I mean, I've somewhat been in that situation. I mean, look, I don't think Sean Payton should have done that. It doesn't come across great. I don't know how often he does that. I know there are some people that don't like him. Some people are never going to forgive him for the Saints stuff, right?
But that's not an inside football question. You're not giving away the game plan with that
no,
question.
he wasn't saying, how often are you going to blitz?
That's actually quite an insightful way to describe the play of Drake Greenlaw. Playing football defensively, that's a common term, downhill, because it's easy to understand.
Right.
Why he chose to take that answer and highlight this poor kid who's 24 years old and just to make himself feel better? Oh, you don't know football, bro. You don't know downhill football. Shut up.
Well, that's why he's asking the head coach. But I think
that's why he's asking the question.
Yeah, this is a whole other issue though, and this is why when people, sometimes Oilers fans will be like, they'll say, oh, I don't like Knobloch. He never shows any emotions. He never gets mad. But Knobloch usually will say something in his answer. He may not give you a complete answer. Certainly with the injuries, we don't always know. But Knobloch will usually try to at least answer the question as thoroughly as he's able to, right? So remember that. I mean, you could have a coach who will at least say something, or you could have Sean Payton who's like just dismissive. I thought that the thing that bugged me about that, like a coach getting mad at a reporter sometimes, to me, that's part of the real estate.
Sure.
And coaches can't. They're in a very specific mindset. Their whole world revolves around their jobs. I'm sure Sean Payton thinks all 8 billion people on the planet care about how he coaches the Broncos on the weekend. The thing that bugs me is him saying, "What do you know about it?"
Yes.
And I have had that happen to me a couple times where it's been like, well, I don't know. What do you think? It's like, well, that's not the relationship here, buddy. Like, I probably haven't, and sometimes I know what the answer might be, but I need the person who was involved in the play or the game to say it.
Because you're doing your job.
Right. And the other interesting thing about that is that was not after an emotional game. No. Or maybe he's pissed off after losing and he lashes out.
After day one.
It's like after a practice. Yeah. So maybe he doesn't like the kid, maybe he didn't like the terminology, maybe the previous reporter made him mad. I don't know. I didn't see the full.
If I'm a Buffalo Bills fan, I love seeing that because he is worried about James Cook running all over you.
Right.
Because he doesn't even want to talk about Drake Greenlaw running down.
Yeah. But
Bills by a zillion, Reid.
But the coaches are going to do whatever they want. Like, even if the media relations was a guy who was like, hey, Sean, you're probably a little hard on that guy. He doesn't care.
Oh, I don't think he cares. No. But I feel bad for this young man, Luke Evans, who's in his early mid-20s.
Well, that's another thing. I don't know much about him, but if he's that young, he obviously hasn't been doing it very long.
But it wasn't like it was a bad question.
But like someone my age, if a coach or a player got mad at me, like I would brush it off or laugh at it, or I would come back and play the tape for you guys. Be like, hey, listen to this. Like it wouldn't really upset me.
This is another one that I know we listened to this earlier and you had a reaction to it. I had a reaction to it as well. This is Lynn Jones of the Jacksonville Free Press. And after Jacksonville lost that great game to the Buffalo Bills, this was what happened post-game as she didn't ask a question, made a statement to Jacksonville head coach Liam Cohen.
Congratulations on your success, young man. Thank you. Hold your head up, all right? You guys have had a most magnificent season.
Thank you.
And you did a great job out there today.
Appreciate
so you just hold your head up, okay?
Thank
and
you,
ladies and gentlemen, Duval, you the one, all right? You keep it going. We got another season, okay?
I appreciate it.
Take care and much continued success to you and the entire team.
Thank you, ma'am.
Lynn Jones of the Jacksonville Free Press is doing this for 25 years, okay? She has deep ties to the Jacksonville community and the organization. She got roasted for doing this. And she stood there and said, bring it on. I don't care what you think. I was feeling the emotion that he was experiencing. And she said he was biting his lip a lot through the post game. She wanted to boost his morale. And boy, did she take a beating for that. Saying, how can you ask a question when there's limited questions and we only get limited time to get our questions in, and you asked that. Now, Reid, what do you think of that? Because there's a little bit more context to it now than because Adam Schefter was the first person to retweet, to send this out and said, this is awesome. And Adam Schefter got lambasted by the media saying, well, this is unacceptable. It's
highly unusual in my opinion.
Unusual, right? But it's unprofessional as well. What do you think about that?
When I first saw it, I was stunned. Like I thought it wasn't real, or it was from another point of the season or something, or was it a fan Q&A? Like I was like, that's actually post game.
Yeah.
I was very surprised. Now you've told me that this what's her name again? Lynn Jones?
Lynn Jones.
Lynn Jones is an established Jacksonville reporter and resident who would care about the city and who would care about the Jaguars. So she took it on herself in that moment almost to say like, hey coach, I've lived in this city and I've seen this team. Like that's kind of how she's presenting herself in that form by doing that, right? Like she's the opposite of the kid in Denver. She's an established person.
She's the big dog in
she's
town.
saying, coach, I feel like I can speak for the city and the fan base here. Thank you for what you did and keep plugging away. Don't let this one loss get you down.
Correct.
It's still an odd choice for me to do it in that environment publicly.
Well, here's the thing. This came in from ESPN's Jenna Lane. She said, this reporter sounds incredibly sweet and thoughtful. I can tell she comes from a place of love, but if one of us, her female peers, did this after a postseason game in 2007, we would not be allowed back.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't know about the timing of it or other stuff like that, but I find that very unusual. Now, it's hard to. I mean, I don't know. I don't know fully her status in that community.
I think she's very highly regarded.
Right. So to me, it's almost like if Brian Hall did that, people would have said that's okay.
Right. That's I think that's a good.
If Halsey would have been like, hey, coach, it's okay. You go to Tony Roma's, we're going to be all right. You took a big step forward this year, okay? Don't worry about this one loss. People would have been like, well, Halsey's seen everything since the 60s. So maybe she's sort of in that stratosphere. I still thought it was odd. I still thought it was odd. But I'm not mad about it. Just as someone who's been in that situation, I found it odd. I've been in that situation of doing Q&A after a season ends.
But after, Stanley Cup, Western Conference Final, presser, and you're in there and Halsey asks that question. You pissed off at Hall for doing that? Because he's taking time away?
No, I still might wonder about the timing of it, though. Like, do you really have to do that publicly right now after they just lost?
Sure. Is part of that just
go
trying
up
to make
to them or go up on garbage bag day and say, hey, I've seen a lot of teams. You guys played your butts off.
Is part of that just trying to make yourself feel good about it? Why do you have to do it in that instance?
Oh, yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Right?
I don't know. But those are two interesting clips. I mean, but I'm not like mad at her for doing that.
No.
Like if I were to be angry at one, then I'm not really angry about either, but like at least her move, her monologue, whatever she said, came from a place of of support.
Yeah.
Peyton just came from, I want to take a shot at a kid because I can.
Play hers again.
I want to tell you, congratulations on your success, young man.
Thank you.
You hold your head up, all right? You guys have had a most magnificent season.
Thank you.
And you did a great job out there today.
Appreciate
so you just hold your head up, okay?
Thank
and
you,
ladies
ma'am.
and gentlemen, Duval, you the one, all
Thank
right?
you, ma'am.
keep it going. We got another season, okay?
I appreciate
Take care and much continued success to you and the entire team.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, but Willie, where's your question? That's what I would say.
To me, it sounds like she's a very lovely person that just feels bad for him that he came in, changed things in Jacksonville, looks like the future of Jacksonville. She wants to let him know, Liam Cohen, that Jacksonville has his back.
Well, I did not witness this, but the story was told at this person's wedding. This was someone I worked with in Lloyd. She got married. I was invited to the wedding, and I can't remember where she went, if it was Regina or Winnipeg. And apparently, well, not apparently, I mean, someone told the story, and then I was like, you actually did that? And she was like, yeah. There was a very difficult scrum with a female politician, and my former colleague, the woman who was getting married, hugged the woman after the scrum that said it's okay because there was quite, the woman was getting grilled even by my friend. And she was like, in that moment, I saw her as a human being having a really bad day in front of a lot of other people.
Well, there is a human element to these people.
I would never hug Leon. I want to be clear.
I don't think Leon would hug you.
No, he would not. Because he'd be, first of all, he'd be like, who is this?
Yeah, get this man off of me. He kept saying, Wilkie.
No, that's it. That's interesting you bring those up, Jay. I think kind of, I guess I find them both awkward in their own way. Like, I'm not angry about them. I don't think anybody should lose their job or be disciplined, but I find them both awkward in their own way.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't think it's Peyton's job to not conduct himself that way.
Yep.
Like, quite frankly, it is his job to talk to people who don't know as much about football as him. You know?
Yes. Not to mock them.
It's like when a few times in my career, when a student who wanted to apply for NAIT called me and said, can I interview for my career investigation? Ben Thompson was one of them several years ago. And they asked me questions. I didn't say, well, what do you know about hosting? No, I wanted to tell, of course I know more than them.
Yeah.
That's why they're talking to me.
Mm-hmm.
Of course Sean Payton knows more about football. The fans want to know what he thinks about this player coming back into the lineup. He shouldn't have done that. All right. 780-218-9999 is the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Do we have a winner? Final clue then? Hudson's Canada's Pub Mystery Athlete of the Game, where we have a winner. We got a winner. All right, who's the winner?
Mike outside of Edmonton.
Oh, nice. All right, so Sharks was the first clue. This person played for the Worcester Sharks in the AHL in 06-07. Second clue was Seahawks. This person's brother, JP, played for the Seahawks from 2000 to 2006. Defoe, this person scored his first NHL goal on Byron Defoe when Columbus beat Boston 5-1 in November of 2001. Randy Gregg, this person won the Randy Gregg Award in 1999-2000, playing for McGill for excellence in academics, hockey, and community involvement. This person is the current general manager of the New York Islanders, Matthew Darsh.
That was a tough one, Reid. Like, that was a really
Was that the only person who got it?
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's tough. That was a good one. Well done.
Oh, thanks, buddy. All right, words of the day when we get back.
Connor Ingram gets a nod for the Oilers as Curtis Lazar draws back in against the Islanders. Andrew Mangiapane will be the healthy scratch as Ike Howard moves to the third line. Tom Gazzola, Ben Thompson see things up during the GCL Diesel Oil Stream. Pregame show coverage starts at 6 o'clock right here on EST. And right now it's the Habs and Sabres tied at 1 aside midway through the first period. And there's a trio of games nearing the end of the opening frame. It's the Sharks and Capitals locked at zeros. Well, the Penguins are up 2-0 over the Flyers. We also see Vancouver down 1-0 against Columbus. From Vegas, the Golden Knights have activated Aiden Hill from the injured reserve. He's been sidelined since October 20th with a lower body injury. Meanwhile, Carter Hart and Brandon Saad have been placed on the IR. NFL news, Fred Warner will not return this week for the 49ers to play the Seahawks on Saturday, plus Seattle's Sam Darnold is questionable for the game with an oblique injury. To the hardwood, there's a trio of games in the NBA right now. Early in the first, the Thunder trailing the Rockets 6-5, and nearing the end of the first half, it's the Pistons down 36-25 to the Suns. The final segment of today's Reid Wilkins Show brings us back following the break. I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
Firehouse Subs. Our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as a ninja fighting off evil samurai.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
Your brand deserves more than just a whisper, it deserves a buzz. At the Hive Product Marketing, they specialize in promotional products that bring the buzz. From eye-catching giveaways to unforgettable keepsakes, they got the perfect products to make your brand stand out and get noticed. Visit the Hive Product Marketing and let them create the buzz your business deserves. The Hive Product Marketing, the official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Talk. Visit them online at thehiveproductmarketing.com.
Looking for a winning strategy for your retirement? Contact me, Joaquin Gage at K4 Financial, where expertise meets dedication. I will always look for a careful approach to your retirement, ensuring your financial future is secure. From tailored strategies to clear, actionable advice, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Don't leave your future to chance. Get in touch with me, Joaquin Gage, today at k4financial.ca or email joaquin.gage@k4financial.ca to start planning for a brighter future and a more secure retirement.
All right. Oilers home to the Islanders tonight. Game time about an hour, 20 minutes away from dropping the puck. Top of the hour, Tom Gazzola will take over the stream. The GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show as the Oilers try to get back in the win column. Oilers at home 11-5-4. Islanders on the road 11-8-3. But you were saying the Isles special teams on the road not good, or the PK?
Their penalty kill on the road is 21st in the NHL.
Okay,
so quite a difference from their overall record, of which it is 10th.
Okay. Let's get into our words of the day. For Edmonton Public Library, EPL won't tell you what to read, just where to find it. Intellectual freedom is your right to read, watch, listen, and explore ideas without barriers. Learn more about how EPL protects your freedom to read at intellectualfreedom.ca.
The word of the day.
I have been freely reading
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your
The
concentration?
Black Echo, the first book in the Bosch series. I'm almost done.
I dare you.
Let's find out.
English,
I might
do
read
you
it before
speak
the
it?
game tonight while I'm sitting in the press box.
Do you have it with you?
I
Well, you always
can
have
get
it
it on
with
my
you.
phone. I usually read on my iPad, but I can read it on my phone as well.
It's squinty, no?
I'm okay.
Are you?
No, I'm not actually.
First word of the day, cloying.
Cloying. Holy padoodle. Okay. Well, you always say go obvious with the spelling, right? C-L-O-Y-I-N-G. Cloying.
Dun, da, da, da.
I got it. Do I have any idea what it means? Cloying. I do not. I will sacrifice the half point right off the top and get the sentence. Careful, I can kind of see your computer there.
She finds most romantic comedies cloying and predictable.
Sort of like boring, unoriginal. All right.
Cloying is used disapprovingly to describe something that is too sweet, pleasant, or sentimental.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Cloying.
Too sweet, pleasant, or sentimental.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's a neat word.
Some might say you're cloying. Some might not.
But it has a negative connotation, though.
Right.
Well, I guess that would apply to me.
No comment. Second word of the day, laconic.
Oh, laconic?
Laconic.
L-A-C-O-N-I-C. And I think, hang on.
I think you should get this.
I think it sort of means relaxed or easygoing. Does it have to do with a manner of speaking?
Mm-hmm.
Is it someone who speaks sort of slowly? Is it like a matter of slow, relaxed speech? I'm barking up a tree. It's just not the right tree.
You're directionally there. His laconic reply suggested a lack of interest in the topic.
Oh, so almost like dismissive or disinterested?
It's very specific.
Okay, then I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say.
Really?
The laconic.
Really?
Short? Like is short? Okay. So is it just short or short and dismissive?
Of a person's speech or style of writing using very few words. Laconic.
Oh, so I didn't get that very well.
You
Maybe
got 0.5.
No, I didn't get that.
Yeah, you got 0.5, and we're going to add on a 0.29 bonus for that.
Oh, wow.
For Draisaitl.
Wrong.
Yeah. That was Jay's Play of the Day. You can still get involved with it if you head over to playalberta.ca, click on sports, click on EST specials. You will find Jay's Play of the Day, amongst others, which is Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, both to have a power play point that has been boosted to plus 300.
So laconic just means using few words.
Yeah, like...
okay.
So the laconic response or reply suggested a lack of interest. Like it would be like, hey, Jay, you want to go to the baseball game with me? And be like,
okay.
Oh, I guess.
Yeah. What did you think of that triple play in the third inning? That was nice. They think it's the only triple play in team history. Okay.
What's an inning? So in total, you got 2.79.
Very generously awarded those
out of
points.
4.
Okay, game at 7. Ben Thompson is standing by to go into the technical desk area. Tom Gazzola will host the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show starting in about 5 minutes here on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton Sports. On behalf of Zach Kubish, Jason Milne, I'm Reid Wilkins. Enjoy the game.